have me muted? Something. Did you fix it? Am I live? Oh, man. I just sat here and talked for a whole 2 minutes. Now I'll have to rephrase myself. But either way, welcome to the Music City 200, brought to you by the Bluegrass Racing Cup Series here at the beautiful Nashville Fairgrounds, bringing that Saturday night short track feature feeling into that Cup Series and Truck Series racing. As last night we saw CJ Mason picking up his second win of the season in the trucks. We saw on-track battles, we saw voice battles, we saw it all. We had just some beating, banging, leaning, saw some leaders get takeout, saw some lap cars racing hard, and all in all had good battles to the end. As expecting the same thing here tonight. And if you're wondering why we are a little bit late, one of the admins accidentally disqualified the wrong driver, and usually they disqualify race control every race so they don't show up in the standings. Accidentally disqualified the wrong guy, so they gave him an extra 10 minutes, put up a new session, and said, hey, go out there and get some more practices. We should be going qualifying live here in just a moment, correct, Chris? You said 9:20?
I want to say it was 9:25, but it could be 9:20. I can't remember.
Either way, if you did join us last week, you saw Jonathan Schwartz, excuse me, who took pole at Sonoma and just dominating fashion won the race. And we're going to be here for 200 laps of the Nashville Fairground Speedway, as this is just a beautiful racetrack. Said it in the Truck Series race last night. We'll say it again. This is an old track that Darrell Waltrip used to say, you can win here, you can win anywhere. And these Nashville short tracks, or excuse me, just in general, these Tennessee and old Southern short tracks really bring that special flavor to any schedule that is at all. So it's going to be a fun one tonight here for the Bluegrass guys. Just a massive plethora of talent from every single driver in the field. We've got some good driving abilities on dirt, good driving abilities on asphalt, road courses, short tracks, big tracks, super speedways, whatever you want. You're going to get good action from these guys out here in the Bluegrass Cup Series. Got a lot of names I'm looking out for tonight as you're out on board with that 21 of John Kinder right now as you see him from the spectator cam. Looks like we're sitting in that crowd. This is a cool little camera. I can probably sit here, and just watch this all night and have a few beers, get some food from the virtual concession stand, and man, I'd be waving the hat on for the drivers going around. That'd be too good. Either way, we're glad you are joining us here on the Sim Racing Media platform. Again, this is Chris and Josh Kiwis in the booth, myself being Josh. Don't get that confused. I am the more dominant brother. Just kidding, though. Either way. And if you're seeing that track info, we are here at the 0.6 mile oval. You see some heavy banking in the corners, and it's going to be about 68 degrees, partly cloudy outside, so a nice, just smooth, kind of not too hot, but just perfect weather here in the virtual Tennessee, Nashville, that is. As it's going to be 78 track temperature, so not too much slipping and sliding out there, but those turns are bumpy, that is for sure. So even if the track temperatures aren't hot, I'm pretty sure it could be snowing out here. You're going to see some bumping, some banging, and they are going to be all over the place. As of course they'd be all over the place in snow. That was just a dumb metaphor. Don't listen to me with that one, but either way, it is going to be 200 laps of goodness here. And as you see, we've got a packed out virtual stand. Hopefully you at home are having a good night here on this beautiful Wednesday. As woo, saw a little bit of a wreck down there on the back straightaway as we switched cameras, as can't witness murder on the Sim Racing Media platform at all, and that was what just happened on the back straightaway. But either way, looking for a good race here. And yeah, other than that, Chris, if you've got any words before we start getting into the point standings for tonight, throw him out there. But I think I might have just heard him step up. Yeah, he definitely just got up and stepped away from his PC at the moment. That's awkward. So I can't. Either way, we'll go ahead and go through the season standings for the season. As currently sitting in that first position is who you're actually watching get around that track, that 8 car right there, Alex Huffman, with 11 starts, no wins, but he's leading by 3 points coming in tonight, 547 to Jimmy Allen. I want to say that is Jimmy Allen. It says James Allen in the standings. So if I am wrong, I want to say that is Jimmy Allen, though. Obviously, he's the only person in here with that last name, so wouldn't expect it to be anyone else, but we'll just go ahead and say James Allen. 11 starts as well, but he's got 1 win, 554 total points. That just shows you consistency is key, and you get some good racing or some good consistency, you can get up there and stay up there. John Kinder's promoted himself up one position after last week's race at Sonoma with only 10 starts, but he's also got to win 481 points. Matt Grenier is going to be behind him in that 4th spot. Also 1 win on the season, 479 points. Trenton Jump is going to be in that 5th position in points. Only 9 starts, so Trenton, with that win and his 2 less starts and some of his fellow competitors out there, doing a good little job with 465 total points, running in that 5th position. Scott Fritz, as we know, he likes to say the dirt guy, but he's been doing consistent here on these ovals, these asphalt ovals, as he is sitting 6th in points with 2 wins this season. So a good little job from Scott Fritz, as he has 458 total points. It looks like we're getting ready to go to qualifying, but we'll just keep running through your points here. As 7th in points, with which is a tie, excuse me, between that number, can't remember what number, 28. I was going to say I could not remember Adam Lancaster's number, but he is that number 28, sitting in 11th or 7th in points, excuse me, with 444 points. And right behind him is a man with 3 wins, 10 starts only. So maybe a little bit of inconsistency from Jonathan Schwartz. That's why he's sitting in that 7th position. But he is sitting in 400 or 11 or 7th, excuse me, tied for 7th. I keep reading their starts instead of their position. Sitting tied in 7th, moved up 3 positions from last week after he picked up his 3rd win of the season at Sonoma. And he is sitting with a tie on 7th. And Chris, you said you had a graphic for the points, correct?
I do. I'm setting it up right now, and I will let you know as soon as I've got it up.
As you're riding on board with Alex Huffman, 95 miles an hour, 100 coming off corner exit, loose. Contact with the wall. That's going to be Alex Huffman's qualifying run done. As maybe he'll get one more attempt at it. Yeah, he will get one more attempt at it. Good thing about this platform, quick pit, or quick teleport back to pits, which consider a tow, but I like to call him the teleport. You'll teleport back to pits right there, get a fresh race car, and he's got one more attempt at it, but he's going to have to give it everything he's got. No warm-up on those tires anymore. He is just going to have to get out there and haul the mail on that 8 machine. As currently Tyler Johnson is sitting on the pole position with an 18.92. 18.87 now. As I think I might have read it a little bit wrong, but either way, that 6 of Tyler Johnson has set the standard for tonight, and we'll see if any drivers can better that and how well they will be able to better that. As you're watching Alex Huffman now not get loose this time on turn 4. He is going to set an 18.6. That is going to put him in the pole position. So wrecking all that Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro, number 8 of Alex Huffman, is currently going to sit on pole, and he's going to do it by about 2/10 as Wyatt Brackett in that 33 machine just set himself at 2nd. So Chris is going to pull up the points now if you want to go ahead and see those for yourself. Like we said, Alex Huffman in 1st. Is James Allen is in that 2nd spot. John Kinner 3rd. Matt Grenier 4th. Trenton Jump 5th with Scott Fritz 6th. A tie for 7th place between Adam Lancaster and Jonathan Schwartz, with Frankie Barroso sitting in that 9th spot. Wyatt Brackett's going to be in 10th with Dylan Butler in 11th. Tyler Johnston in 12th. Mo Abbott 13th. Tyler Reed 14th. Justin Winters 15th. And rounding out your best of 16 is going to be that number 24 of Casey Barlow. And if you just look at those points standing, Chris, about from the top, what, 6 drivers, 7 drivers, there's a pretty good little gap in between 1st to about 7th. But still, that top 3, anybody could still grab that points lead after just a couple consistent wins. As James Allen, Alex Huffman, 3 points separate them to whoever would be leading. As you're out on board now with the other Allen's Body Shop 52 of Justin Winters. Those chrome numbers, that blue race car, always got a nice looking race car out there, as he is currently sitting in 7th. Saw a little bit of a bobble down the back straight. We'll see if that does affect his qualifying run. 18.6, Justin Winters going to put himself into 2nd place. So far, we've only got 9 cars qualified, and I say that Scott Fritz is going to set himself up there in that Speed Works number 1 Ford Mustang, as he's going to wheel it off of turn number 2 for his 2nd qualifying run as he comes out of turn number 3 and 4. This is going to be a good little run. He has got some speed on him. 18.631. It's not going to better it. Actually, I think it will better his first lap by like just a 10th or 2. But either way, Scott Fritz sitting in that 3rd position currently. And we still have a good little gaggle of cars, as it looks like Ronnie Shirk may be out, Chris. Yes, he is. That, as you see, Ronnie Shirk, one of the Cup Series drivers now, driving in that number 7 here tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds, as he is going to wheel it off of turn number 2. This is lap number 1. A little bit of a wobble there as he comes down the back straightaway, but he's going to get it all under control. Not carrying as much speed out of turn 4, but he should get a good little lap out of this. 18.65, yeah. That's going to put him up into 4th place. Not exactly what he needs for that pole position, but still a decent lap, as we'll see if he does better that lap this time by. But Chris, man, I'm expecting some good racing here tonight. If we get anything like we saw last night in the Truck Series, we're definitely in for a treat, not only us, but these fans, because it was some awesome racing from the truck guys last night, and with 200 laps, about 120 laps more than what we saw last night in the Truck Series. I'm expecting to see some really good things here tonight, and yeah, 60? Man, I'm horrible at math. Either way, a lot more laps from what we saw last night and a lot more battle, and it's all I'm trying to say. Oh, when I get put on the spot like that and think to myself, I just completely choke up when it comes to math.
I want to say that they ran 120 laps last night, so that means it would be 80 more laps.
You're right.
It looks like Bryce Hunter has set himself up into that 6th place position, but look at that. Brandon Robertson, your 2nd place winner last week, is going to set himself up into that 6th place position.
Yeah, you are correct. I don't know why I said 75 laps. I was thinking 75 laps for some reason. They did run 120 laps there last night, Chris. You are correct. Brandon Robertson, 18.59. Look at him and John Kinder setting almost identical lap times, as John Kinder set an 18.59 per SDK timing. Not sure what the exact measurements on that time was. Measurements. Man, see, I'm just all over the place right now with my mathematical terms. Either way, Brandon Robertson, John Kinder, very identical lap times, and they are going to sit on that pole and outside pole currently. We'll see if anybody's got an 18.4 and 18.3 in them. Be surprising, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to bring the points. We're going to bring the points back up here on the screen since there are no drivers out on screen. If you're currently looking at the points, you will see that Mo Abbott, Tyler Reed, Justin Winters, and Casey Barlow, they are the 4 that are the first in. So they will be battling out whenever we do finally get to that top 12. They will be battling it out for that final position in the top 12. But the first 4 out right now, currently your pole sitter Brandon Robertson, he is 8 points out of that top 12, and then he's 8 points behind that 16th position of Casey Barlow. And then you see Darius Boyd, David Brackett, and Nicholas Noggle. They're going to be also the first out once we roll around to that top 12. So it's going to see we're going to see if they can put on anything tonight, and that way they can bring those points back up and get into that top 12.
Yeah, you just need a win or some good consistent finishes here to set yourself with some good points. The racing is all about consistency when you are in a championship schedule like this. Think about it. You don't watch college football teams putting up or letting their defense get 45, 50, 60 points put on them and win championships. You've got to be consistent all the way around. So same concept when it comes to something like racing. You just got to have those consistent finishes. One little bad fall off, one little hiccup, that could spell disaster for the rest of your season. So if you're one of those drivers out of the top 16, out of the top 12, you're going to want to get that head down. You're going to want to keep getting those laps turned and definitely try to pick up as much pace as you can here. As you see Jeremiah Hobbs, Chris, in that number 18 machine, driving that Rowdy Energy Toyota Camry here tonight. Good to see Jeremiah Hobbs in his, 3rd race now of the Cup Series? I want to say he wasn't at Sonoma last week. I know he made his debut a couple weeks ago, and I want to say this technically would be his 3rd start, even though I want to say he wasn't at Sonoma, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah, he was in that truck race last night, driving that number 10 truck. I did get word last night that he would be transferring over to that 18 for the next race next week, and he's going to be in that 18, like you said, that 18 Rowdy car tonight. So it's good to see Jeremiah Hobbs out here on the track, as he is going to sit in that 14th position right now. Let's see if he can better that on his second level. Whoa, as you see him get really loose coming out of turn 2. That's going to be something that they're going to battle with all night tonight. We saw it all night last night. They were battling with that loose bug, and we saw a lot of wrecks going on because of that loose bug.
He's going to put himself up in the top 10 currently. And Chris, one good thing I'm loving about Jeremiah Hobbs being over here in this Cup Series now, we got a beautiful Rowdy Energy 18 machine out on the track. And no biasness there to that 18 in real life, but woo! That is a beautiful looking race car. We love that number 18. And
Oh, just say it. We're Kyle Busch fans. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. We're Kyle Busch fans.
The stream just dropped like 12 viewers. You know,
KFB, baby.
Everybody dislikes Kyle Busch to the point of where, you know, it's kind of like you don't even want to tell people now anymore.
Yeah, you don't want to tell anybody you're an 18 fan.
It's almost like he gets the same rap of the Alabama football team, man. Everybody just dislikes him, even though, what's the point? They're just good. How can you hate somebody that's good?
As you see, Jimmy Allen's going to set himself into that 16th position, but Casey Barlow is going to move himself up into that 9th position in that 24 Chevy Camaro.
Yeah, we'll see if that 24 is able to better his first time right here as he's rolling across the lawn. Ooh, and it looks like Jimmy Allen might have gotten to the wall, and Casey Barlow did, 18.65. He's currently going to set himself in that top 5.
Yeah, but Jimmy Allen moved up into that 5th place position, so... Whoa, as we go to Jeremy Little, we see him going around. Last night in the chat, he said, I'm not commenting anymore because every time I say something, somebody wrecks. And as we were going to him, he wrecks again. So Jeremy Little just not able to get that turn down too well. As you see, Tyler Reed's going to set himself up into the 4th position in that number 14 Ford Mustang.
Well, Chris, if we've learned anything about wrecking on your qualifying lap here tonight, Alex Huffman threw all that out the window. He qualified 3rd after doing basically that same thing on his first lap. Jeremy Little's not out of it at the exact moment. We'll see if he's able to get a good lap here and net himself a good starting position. As Frankie Barroso, flirting with disaster as he gets close to that outside wall there. And he is going to roll it through turn number 3 and 4 as he's getting on the loud pedal. We'll see what he sets himself at his first lap. It is going to be an 18.5, and that is going to put him in 2nd place. Man, Frankie Barroso with the 18.87, excuse me, is going to net himself in 2nd place, as Mo Abbott's going to currently set in 13th with an 18.72. Here comes that 96 of Dylan Butler as he is sitting... Oh, maybe got into the wall or something. Strict qualifying scrutiny here, we know, so if you do make any little contact, any little off track, it will kill that qualifying lap. Looks like Mo Abbott not able to better his 2nd lap either. Go back on board here with that, that's not the 96, that is the 10. 96 did set an 18.88, so he is sitting currently in 17th. As it looks like Darius Boyd might have did that same thing, just touched the wall a little bit. Yeah, there is some hood damage on that race car. A little bit of fender damage, so just got into that outside wall, and that is going to void that lap, almost like going off track in an F1 car. That's basically that. In these qualifying levels, you just can't hit the wall, make any type of contact with the wall in a 19.246. That's going to be our 2nd slowest lap for Darius Boyd at the moment. So unfortunate for him making contact with the wall on his first lap. And killing what pace he probably did have there. So unfortunate for him. But one thing we know about that 10 DoorDash machine is no matter where he qualifies, he seems to find his way up in the top 15, top 10 fairly quickly. And hopefully he gets a good little run here tonight. Darius Boyd been one of those drivers that just hasn't had all the luck go his way. And just been caught up in the stuff, as we like to call it. So good to see that DoorDash machine, though, out here week in and week out, still grinding and putting in the hours, because you ain't going to get anywhere by just dropping the thing and saying, hey, we'll just wait till next week, or we'll just wait till the week after that and try to get better. Darius Boyd's putting in the time, and eventually those hours are going to show for him. He's going to come up here one of these good runs one day, and man, we're going to have to put a check mark by his name like we've had to do so many others, because there has been some good drivers coming through that even though they might not show the speed, might not show the pace all the time, they always will have that speed there. And Darius Boyd, though, looks like he was just out there messing around, got a little loose coming through too. He's going to wreck the race car. Don't worry, he'll have a fresh one to start off with. Right now, it looks like Christopher Blanchard is going to set a 19.70. That's going to put him in that 22nd spot currently. So looks like we might have everybody already through and qualified. I know Robert Richards does do race control sometimes, I want to say. And that 13 of Brian Terry should qualify. We'll have to see if that 13 does qualify. But either way, we will be getting going here in about 2.5 minutes, or about a minute and a half, excuse me, as we have about that much time left until we get to the race and get to 200 laps here at the Music City. Oh, goodness. What was it? The Music City 200?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you went by laps or mileage, and I was thinking if we went by mileage, I'm screwed. So, yeah, excuse me about that. But, yeah, the Music City 200 about to get underway here in about a minute. So, go get those drinks, go get those snacks, get whatever you need done, because you're about to witness some good racing for the next 200 laps from these Bluegrass Cup Series, guys, and you are not going to want to miss a second of the action.
Yeah, Vader Z71 should be an interesting night. He did say that whenever we went live, so I just want to go ahead and shout out Vader _ Z71. It's going to be a very interesting night tonight indeed.
And
sorry.
Yeah, did you just hear Collins?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say he said that that Vader C71, is that the name?
Yes.
Yeah, he said that is Kel Clifton.
Oh, well, hello, Kel Clifton. Thank you, Jason.
Big shout out to Kel, currently sitting in that 20th position. He'll get a gather on that card. Kel usually another one of those drivers that no matter where he qualifies, he's definitely pulls up in the race pace and will start moving through the field on his own. But look at that. Qualifying is over, and we get to the good stuff here, Chris, as we are going to go ahead and let these drivers get gridded up for just about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds as I just count the seconds down. All right, well, Chris, if you want to go ahead and get us ready to run through our qualifying grid, as we see some cars getting out there on the racetrack and getting ready to go here, as you see the beautiful, beautiful Nashville, Tennessee off in the background right there. As sitting on the pole here tonight is going to be that number 2 machine. It's going to be Brandon Robertson in that good wrench Chevy Camaro. And virtually there, but not yet, it's going to be that number 12 of Frankie Barroso sitting to his outside. Once he does decide to get onto pit road, get gridded up, he is going to be qualifying in that second spot. There he is. Mark II Aerospace Chevy Camaro number 12, Frankie Barroso, your outside pole sitter. John Kinder, that number 21 Ford Mustang. Fender Bender Kinder is going to be in that 3rd place position, with Tyler Reed sitting outside of him in that 2nd row, qualifying 4th. Alex Huffman is going to be in that that number 8 machine, sitting in 5th position in that Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro. He is going to be lining up 5th, with Scott Fritz of that Speedworks Ford Mustang lining up P6. That 24 machine of Casey Barlow, he is going to line up P7, with Jimmy Allen lining up next to him P8 in that number 16 National Guard Ford Mustang. Brian E. Shirk, you've just been shirked, my guy. He is going to line up in that 7 Chevy Camaro, and he is going to be lining up in that 9th position with Justin Winters and the other Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro rounding out your top 10, sitting on that number 7's outside. The 08 of Nicholas Noggle, he is going to be in that P11 spot, with that number 9 of Bryce Hunter sitting next to him in that P12 spot. Behind them is going to be that 48 of Mo Abbott, and sitting in that 13th spot as he just now joins in. He heard us talking about him. And that 18 Rowdy Energy Toyota Camry of Jeremiah Hobbs. Wyatt Brackett, that 33 machine, he is going to be sitting in that 15th position in that 33 Yingling, with Tyler Johnson in that Valvoline number 6 Mark Martin throwback sitting in 16th place. Dylan Butler, he's going to be in 17th, with Adam Lancaster in 18th. It's going to be Kel Clifton, David Brackett lining up in that 19th and 20th position, with Darius Boyd in 21st, Christopher Blanchard in 22nd, Jeremy Little 23rd, and then right behind them is going to be Brian Terry, rounding out your field in that 24th position as our drivers get rolling here. They're going to get lined up to get those tires warmed up to racing temperature. The pace lights are going to be off as they roll through the field. They'll grab the stripe this time, and it'll be 1 to green, as that beautiful, beautiful iRacing pace car is going to bring these cup cars of the Bluegrass guys through the front straightaway and let those fans get them hats tipped to them. Get your favorite driver ready, as you're going to see them going. And we know you've got a lot of good drivers out here, a lot of talent in this field. And if you're here watching, a family member, a son, a brother, anything like that, just a friend, shout them out in the chat. Don't be afraid to speak up and just have a good time with us here at Bluegrass and on the Sim Racing Media platform. We are all about just having a good time here, and these Bluegrass guys, they are going to give us a good one. As Jason Collins just said it best, they are pulling it up to the green flag, and from the words of DW, from the words of Jason Collins just now, boogity, 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 baby, green flag's out. Let's go racing at Nashville Fairgrounds for the Music City 200. The Bluegrass guys are green, and we are rolling. As Brandon Robertson, Frankie Barroso off to a good start in that 21 Rims 1 Ford Mustang of John Kinder. He is going to file into that 3rd place position. As you see Alex up in a big dive in from that 21 on the outside lane. He almost was going to take it too wide there for a second, but he's going to back off as you've got a lot of race cars on a very small track. This is going to be a good battle from all of our competitors here tonight. As the gloves come off, it is time to get to boxing, as we are seeing some fisticuffs already. The driver's up on that wheel, sawing on it too wide right there between that What a Scott Fritz, that 16 of Jimmy Allen, as they are already racing through the field here on lap number 3. And Brandon Robertson about a 5/10 gap from that 12 of Frankie Barroso. He's already rolling. Woo! A little bit of wobble there from that 14 of Tyler Reed as they were coming off the corner out of turn number 2. Brandon Robertson's loving this clean air, and Tyler Reed, he's around. He's going to gather it back up. We're going to stay green, and we're going to still roll, but that's going to put that splash and go graphics, number 14 of Tyler Reed, back a couple places, and he is now going to be sitting in that 12th spot rather than his 5th place position that he was just a lap and a half ago. But look at that up front. Brandon Robertson has just cooked the dinner. He has ate it, and he has said, I'm out of here. Brandon Robertson is on a run. That was a horrible metaphor. He is in second and 2 tenths up on John Kinder, the man, the myth, the beast, Fender Bender Kinder. He is running out there. Second place. Good little run so far from him. As you look back in the pack, you see that one of Scott Fritz, that National Guard 16 of Jimmy Allen, as they've got Frankie Barroso in front of them, Alex Huffman about a couple of cars ahead of them. Look at that big old stack of just all those good drivers. You've got Frankie Barroso, Scott Fritz, Casey Barlow, Justin Winters, Nicholas Noggle, Mo Abbott, Ronnie Shirk, all within just a couple tenths of each other. You could throw a blanket over this top 5, top 10, as they are just so packed in there. And you've got John Kinder trying to chase down Brandon Robertson now, whose lead is slowly falling back down. He was a second and 2 tenths up, now only 8 tenths up, as John Kinder seems to be finding some speed here at the fairgrounds. And looks like he is rolling already, as well as Brandon Robertson. And look at that, Alex Huffman right behind that 21 machine as well. That number 8 Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro. He's going to roll it off a turn 2, get very close to that wall. Almost giving her a kiss out there with that right side of that race car. And all these drivers so far. Oh, but I was about to say it. We've stayed clean, and it looks like that 38 of David Brackett, whether it be a solo wreck or assisted, we will have to see. But that 38 of David Brackett was just around on the back straightaway.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has too much damage on it. Probably just like you said, Josh, just getting it around on this loose racetrack. Coming out of this turn, it can get out from under you really quick. Yeah, you see him get down on that yellow line. You're just going to send him around.
Yeah, let's see as he gets down on this low part of the banking. You can see those left fronts clip that yellow line of the apron, and it looks like it just might have unsettled that right side of the race car, as once he got on the apron, the left sides were, just so sunk down on that flat part of the racetrack. The right sides kind of got lifted up in a sense. Well, really, they did get lifted up, and it's going to loosen up, take all that weight off that right side. And you saw it just brought that race car around like he was just getting pushed over. It just went. We'll see if anybody does decide to come down pit road here at lap number 10. When looks like we got a couple guys coming in for gas only and rolling out. As we saw Roddy Shirk, Dylan Butler just come in, Brian Terry, and Adam Lancaster also in. But it looks like all of our leaders are going to stay out.
Yeah, it's got Sarah Mays in chat. Come on, winners, number 52. Go get them, son. Hello, Sarah Mays. Thank you for being back here tonight. We are always loving it whenever you are in chat, so we do appreciate you being here tonight and pulling for that number 52 of Justin Winters.
Yes, that 52 looking good. Again, I say it every week that we hear that big shout out from Sarah, but man, I love that 52 machine of Justin Winters. Hopefully he'll get him a good run here tonight, as he's currently sitting up 2 positions from his original qualifying spot of that 10th place position, currently sitting in 8th. So already picking off some drivers here in 10 laps. As we know, this is one of those tracks that not necessarily hard to pass, I don't think, but if you can't get your race car in the right spot and really know each bump, each crack, each little crevice in this racetrack, I'm pretty sure, haven't personally drove the fairgrounds yet, still waiting on a league or something to go to it so I can hop in it, as I did get it right after it went out of the official series, so haven't been able to get on fairgrounds at the moment. I'm going to run some practice laps on it after this, though, because, man, seeing these guys wheel these trucks, seeing them wheel the cup cars around here tonight, it has just been a good little showing, and I've been thinking, man, I got to get out there and find some speed on this track, because it looks bad fast, it looks bad fun. But getting back to it, it's going to be that number 2 of Brandon Robertson, and John Kinder's going to have him reeled in for that low price of $3.99 after that caution. And we're going to see that 2 get off to a good start here. But will that 21 of John Kinder roll it on the outside? Yes, he will. He's going to roll it into turn number 2. That's going to put Brandon Robertson down on probably the worst part of the track. Well, looks like we had a big checkup in turn number 2. We saw some smoke, but it didn't look like anybody got around. As you see Tyler Reed getting back into the mix of things, he's put himself back up into that 10th position after falling back as low as 12th place. He's picked off 2 more cars and rolled back up, got loose coming out of turn number 3 earlier, but he's able to gather it back up, keep rolling. Good to see him back in the battle, and good to see that we didn't get any damaged race cars after that last single car spin from David Brackett. And good to see Brackett back out on the racetrack too as well, as he didn't take much damage. A little bit of going into the wall right there. Maybe thought the race car went into reverse, maybe went into first. That's Wyatt, and it was David. Sorry, Chris. Either way, doesn't matter. I thought maybe you were going to show David, but either way, showing Wyatt, the son of David, another one of those fast race car drivers here in the Bluegrass Series. He actually picked up his first win of the season 2 weeks ago at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But we know those Brackett guys got some speed, and one of these days, David's going to drive through the field backwards and pick up a win, I feel like, because he's probably sitting there thinking, man, I gave Wyatt all that talent. Why is he getting all the credit?
Yeah, also want to shout out my dad. He's not in chat tonight, but just want to go ahead and shout him out. He is watching out there in the virtual world, so just want to say hey to him. Hope he's having a good night, and just hope he's enjoying it. But as you see right now, John Kinder, he is starting to catch that number 2 of Brandon Robertson. It looks like Alex Huffman's not letting him get away either. He is trying his best to keep those guys right in his front windshield.
Caution is back out here at lap number 18, Chris.
Looks like it was that 52 of Justin Winters.
Not seeing much damage on the right side. We'll have to see that left side as it comes around. Thankfully, that back bumper not beat up. Yeah, it looks like maybe just the car got around. I heard Jimmy Allen just say, sorry about that, didn't know we were 3 wide. Oh, no, they're saying it's a single car incident, so yeah. Looks like the 52 just might have gotten around here. Yeah, just got back into the throttle too hard. And woo, good way to keep it off the wall. Look at all those guys going around him.
As he does his best sliding into home plate impression, he is safe.
Yep, and was corrected. Jimmy Allen is in that 16th position, so nowhere near that 52 of Justin Winters. Currently at the moment when he did go around, they were referring to a situation on the track right before that caution happened, and thought maybe that was what brought that wreck out, but not at all, actually. It was just that 52 of Justin Winters maybe getting into the throttle just a little bit early, getting those rear tires spun up there in turn number 3 and going around on a single car. It looks like that 21 of John Kinder, Chris, that 14 of Tyler Reed, and that 52 of Justin Winters. Early strategy here from those 3 drivers as they come down pit road. See the right side's up. They're getting those right sides off. Now they're down as they run over to that left side, get those other 2 tires bolted up, get that race car full of Sunoco fuel, and John Kinder is going to be rolling himself out of pit lane with a 41-second stop, as it looked like he crossed the line, but I saw the wrong line there. 41.87 from John Kinder, a 39.68 from that 14 of Tyler Reed, and we'll see how Justin Winters does as he comes out of pit road. As it looks like it is going to be a 40.73, so those 3 drivers decided to come down pit road, and now it looks like that's opened the door for Ronnie Shirk, Cale Clifton, and Christopher Blanchard, as they've all decided to come down as well this time by, and as well as Brian Terry. So it looks like we had a couple other drivers maybe think, oh, it is time to come down. Let's grab some fuel, let's grab some tires, and maybe try to undercut this field just a little bit. As you see strategy already coming into play here at lap number 19, excuse me, and 20.
Yeah, as you saw Justin Winters go down pit lane and change those tires, probably just going to go ahead and replace that rubber on those wheels, so that way he can not have a slippery car underneath him, because we do know those tires, like sliding out like that, will wear those tires out. Especially they don't really emulate flat spotting, but it will wear them out real quick. You heat them up, and then they just, once you heat them up, they're just dead. You can never get them to come back.
Definitely not them old tires of the past where you could get them all heated up, get off of them, let them recool down. They'd basically be reusable. Nowadays, they get too hot, that heat cycle gets in them. Those tires are basically dead. As you see, Fred the flagman got the flag ready. He is waving it. Green, green, green. Drivers, let's get back on that loud pedal. Let's get rolling. As Brandon Robertson now has got a freight train of race cars behind him as they are storming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, just a gaggle of cars coming out of there.
Yes, indeed. A big old pack of cars could throw a blanket over that top 10 at the moment. But as you look too wide there between Scott Fritz and that 08 to Nicholas Naga, a little bit back in the field, as that 12 of Frankie Barroso, that 8 of Alex Huffman, Jimmy Allen as well, with Casey Barlow, all trying to chase down that leader, Brandon Robertson, who just seems like he has been bad fast around Nashville tonight, and really doesn't have much competition up there in the lead so far, but I'm sure that will change as the night continues to go on, as we are sure that different varying strategies, different driving styles, drivers bringing it in down pit road certain times. That's really going to just throw in that big old mix of just what I love, that big old mix of strategy, and we're going to see some drivers doing some different things here tonight. But Chris, if you look at that number 21 of John Kinder, him, Justin Winters, and who else was it? Was it Ronnie Shirt? No, Tyler Reed, excuse me. They all came down pit road at the same time. And look at John Kinder. He's already worked his way back up into 14th position, whereas Justin Winters still sitting in 20th, as well as Tyler Reed sitting in that 18th spot. John Kinder's found some speed in that Rims 1 Ford Mustang, and he is rolling. A little bit of front bumper damage, a little bit of rear bumper damage. That is to be expected here at one of these old school short tracks like Nashville Fairgrounds. As we go back up on board to the race for the lead here, it looks like that 8 of Alex Huffman starting to set that hook and reel in that number 2 of Brandon Robertson. And I said Hoffman, I meant Huffman, excuse me. I say that once at least every week. And he is going to go to that inside lane. It's going to be too wide for the lead. Oh, and they're going to make contact. Around goes the 2. Around goes the 8. Caution should come out in front of the field.
Oh.
And Mo Abbott made big contact.
As I saw Mo Abbott just disappear there, I wonder if he just alt F4'd as soon as he saw that.
No, he instantly teleported to pits. Didn't disconnect. Mo Abbott just really doing an Assetto Corsa style thing there. It's a big thing in old drifting in Assetto Corsa. You spin in front of the train, you back to pits as fast as you can, try to get out of the way. And that just shows you these guys have a lot of respect for each other out there. As soon as Mo Abbott saw that he was about to cream a car, he got a little bit of contact with Brandon Robertson, but he instantly teleported to pits. So Mo Abbott not only thinking for himself, but thinking for the other drivers out there. And that is some good sportsmanship you like to see from that 48 machine. So it looks like the 2 might have just drove down on the 8 a little bit. The 8 was also there on the inside, and look at that. As soon as Mo Abbott hit him, he went back to pits. So he was about a half a second away from getting away with no damage and just getting that fast teleport. But one of the other drivers definitely would have made contact with that 2 of Brandon Robertson, as when you're behind a race car like that, it is very hard to see. And it looks like we do have some already heavily damaged race cars down pit road. It's Roddy Shirk, Wyatt Brackett, Tyler Johnson, Dylan Butler, Jeremy Little, Brandon Robertson, Mo Abbott, all down pit road this time. And that is that 33 machine of Wyatt Brackett. No,
not
looking
Wyatt.
looking like an open-wheeled modified. And it looks like he's gonna roll it back up. Hey, if it's got RPM, send me out there, baby. You don't need all that aero at these short tracks. So Wyatt Brackett definitely not gonna have to worry about overheating tonight.
Yeah, as we saw last night in that truck series, Jason Collins, he was leading right at the stage break, and he did get sent around on coming out of turn 4, and he was just down on power all night, and you saw he was trying to struggle. He was making up a little bit of position, but if he's got good RPMs on his car, he should be able to make it. But like we were saying last night, it was unfortunate for Jason Collins. It just felt like the truck didn't have any RPMs or any power to it, and he was just trying his best to claw back and fight back.
You would be correct with that one, Chris. Let's see if that is going to end the night for Mo Abbott, Brandon Robertson. As Brandon Robertson is down pit road, about a almost 2-minute pit stop here as the field comes by to put a lap on him. I want to say this is his 2nd lap now. He'll go down under this caution period, and that is unfortunate, man. And I think I just heard Brandon say something. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't hear Brandon Robertson say anything. He might have typed to that 8 of Alex Huffman in private DM. You can do that on the platform. But I heard Alex say, "You're good, Brandon." So maybe both of those drivers just not expecting each of those moves to be made. And like I said, it looked like the 2 did drive down just a tad bit on that 8. But, you really can't go anywhere when you got all that bumping, beating, and banging around, not only from a race car on your inside, but that race surface is just so rough out there. Hard to keep a race car like these Cup cars planted under you. And we're back to green as the flag is going. You see the field rolling through as Alex Huffman is going to be your leader currently. Did I just see a spin in the back of the field, or was I tripping? I think I was tripping. That might have just been that gaggle of cars that it made it look like somebody was going. Look at Jimmy Allen now. He's going to go to the inside of the 16. It's going to be the 2 number battles. 8 times 2 is not 16, but 8 plus 8 is. 8 times 2 is 16. Yes, it is. I'm dumb. Basic math, man. I suck at it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That caution is back out.
Caution's out. Caution's out. Let's just act like that didn't happen.
Terry.
Man, I'm embarrassed now.
looks like that 13 of Brian Terry went around. We will go back and check that out real quick. As Josh was failing
I was
at basic
thinking 8
math.
times 8, man. I was thinking of 8 times 8, and then it hit me. Oh, no, I just said that out loud.
Yes, it looks like, there was a spin in front of him. Oh.
Tyler Reed and Christopher Blanchard look like they got into a little bit of contact. If you want to go back and go on board with either the 19 or the 14, Chris.
Yeah, we will go on board with that 19. Whoa, it would not stop. Gonna slow it down while I find him. There he is.
Oh, it looks like the 96 of Dylan Butler and the 14 got into some contact, which sent the 14 up the racetrack.
Whoa, did you see that number 6 of Tyler Johnson? He got through there so well. We're actually going to go back and check out from his point of view, as it looks like a lot of the field's coming down.
Was that Dylan Butler or was it Darius Boyd? I'm not sure which. That might have been Dylan Butler.
It looks like Scott Fritz, Nicholas Noggle, Jeremy.
Yeah, it was
Jeremiah
Darius
Hobbs,
Boyd, excuse me.
Bryce Hunter, Wyatt Brackett, Jeremy Little, Brian Terry, Brandon Robertson, and Mo Abbott are all down pit lane right now. As you know, Brandon Robertson and Mo Abbott were in that little bit of a scuffle there earlier. As we're going to go back on board.
I wouldn't say a little bit. That was a big old scuffle.
We're going to go on board here with Tyler Johnson as he caught that whole mess right in front of him. As you see, that 96 getting into that 14, sending that 14 up to the top. And you're going to see that number 13 of Brian Terry getting collected up there with that number 96. But it doesn't look like he has got too much damage. We'll go and check on that number 13. Yeah, it does not look like he's got that much damage to take the hit that he did, though.
Might just be Brian Terry's lucky night, man. I mean, there's sometimes you do things and you think, oh yeah, I definitely, signed my own death letter with that one, and come to find out the car's still clean the whole race. I mean,
I'm just gonna watch it one more time. It wasn't that big of a hit. Okay, it looked a lot worse than it actually was. But as you see, that number 14 of Tyler Reed, he's going to go around, get up into the wall. Going to have a little bit of a scuff on that hood. Maybe got a little bit of rear end damage from going up into that wall. Yeah, just a little bit of right rear damage. But it does not look like that's going to be anything that's going to affect his night. So we'll see if he can get back up and start mingling with these guys up in the front. As he is down 10 positions right now.
I got to point out, look at that 6th position, look at that 8th position, and look at what those drivers have done that came down pit road earlier. We were talking about how John Kinder was picking his way through the field in 12th position, and Justin Winters was still sitting in 20th at the time we said that. And now sitting in 6th, now sitting in 8th, to those guys that came down on lap 19, starting to work their way back to the field. As we see the first 5 cars have not pitted. Or excuse me, first 4 cars have not pitted. And then it goes John Kinder, Adam Lancaster, Justin Winters, who all have pitted. David Brackett, who has it. And then the rest of the field, besides Darius Boyd, has come down pit road. So we're starting to see those variant strategies come into play here at lap number 39. As the pace car is off. As we got 162 laps to get this thing done here. Alex Huffman, Jimmy Allen going to roll it out of turn at number 4. Green, green, green. And they are on the gas pedal going. As that front of the field is rolling, Frankie Barroso going to go ahead and file up on that outside lane. Get behind that 16 of Jimmy Allen, as he is going to have that 28 of Adam Lancaster all over his inside lane. And that 24 of Casey Barlow just got a good run out of turn number 2. Him and that outside lane of Frankie Barroso are going to roll into turn number 3 as they are too wide. It's going to be that Lancaster's transmission. That rims one of John Kinder. That 24 of Casey Barlow thought they were going to go 3 wide there for a moment. And then you see that 24 of Casey Barlow, 21 of John Kinder. They're still racing hard, and Kinder just trying to find that open room as he's got 2 race cars in front of him running very similar pace. It is probably frustrating him already, wanting to get by, as you see Kinder just driving it in. He has definitely got the pace to probably get past these guys if it was a single car moment. But at the time being, he is going to have to hold it off. But look at that, Justin Winters. He's promoting himself up a position. Got that 7 of Ronnie Shirk on his inside. As you see that 52 working his way back up after an earlier spin off of turn number 4 by himself that he took no damage for. And that Allen's Body Shop number 52 rolling. Look at John Kinder, Casey Barlow, Adam Lancaster. They are still battling for that 4th, 5th, and 6th position.
Yeah, as it looked like they were going to go 3 wide coming out of turn 4, and then they just decided, nope, let's go ahead and tuck this back in. As you see that 21 of John Kinder, it looks like he wants to poke up into that middle lane, but he just decides against it coming out of that turn.
Well, now he is on the inside of that 24 of Casey Barlow. If he can make that inside lane work, got a good little run in. Will he get the corner exit? That 24 going to have a little bit more of longer gas pedal time, but it looks like he might take 2 for 1 special here. Buy one, get one free, as he's going to pass that 24 of Casey Barlow, and he is going to pass that 21 of Frankie Barroso, or John Kinder. No, 28 out of Lancaster, excuse me. Man, all over the place as he pulls up to the back bumper of Frankie Barroso, and it's still going to be Alex Huffman, Jimmy Allen out in the lead. As you see that 21 poking his way to the inside again on that Mark II Aerospace Chevy Camaro. That 21 Ford Mustang, a fender bender Kinder's looking to get his way through the field and get himself up in that top 3. As, Lancaster almost just got into the back bumper of Frankie Barroso, but he's going to go down to the bottom lane. He is going to pass that 12. Casey Barlow with a little bit of a blink, as he is also going to come back to reality. And he is maybe going to pass that 12 as well. And look at Justin Winters, Tyler Johnson, that 6 machine, 2 wide. We've got some good racing back here in these 5th position on back, as they are rolling almost 3 wide there for about a half a second as they are going. Tyler Johnson hanging that run out just a little bit. We'll see if that 52 tries to shut the door on that inside lane. Woo! Big checkups now coming through the field. This is getting good. Oh, wrecking in the back. It's going to be the 9 of Bryce Hunter going around.
I hate the timing sometimes. It just runs away on me. Yeah, so we're going to have a wreck here at lap 48. Let's go back and actually see what happened there to that number 9 of Brian Terry.
It looks like with that 2 wide, he was washed up the track. Yeah, you just saw him have to get out of the throttle a little bit. And even Scott Fritz just already took the blame for it. I mean, he just got a good entry into 3. That 9 checked up. Just going 2 wide with that car on his outside. He wasn't able to get all the way in the gas. We'll ride on board here. You see right there, the 9 starts washing up, losing grip. He's trying to get the race car to turn down that 1 of Scott Fritz. Maybe thinking, which in slow motion, it looks like, hey, he saw him coming down. But in fast speed, when you're going 100+ miles an hour sometimes through these turds, you've got milliseconds to respond to what that car is going to do in front of you. And if you think it's going to do something and you've already committed to what that move, or to that move you're going to make, it can just definitely throw a wrench in that, and you can see wrecks like that do happen. So nothing malicious from that 1 of Scott Fritz, just a little bit of a racing incident. It looks like yeah,
you see the 9 getting a little loose there. He's trying to get it in there, but the 9 just couldn't get it gathered up, checked up just a touch, and that's going to send him around there off the bumper of Scott Fritz. But as you heard, nothing malicious, and as we saw, nothing malicious, just that 9 getting a little checked up and having to just try to make that gap, because like we were saying last night after the race, this track is one of those tracks that you have to have a lot, it's based off of momentum, and you have a lot of momentum coming off that corner, and if you get out of the gas even for a split second, you will lose all of that momentum. So you just got to keep digging and hope that he's not there, and as you saw, that number 9 was just there.
Yeah, Chris, you hit it right on the nail with that one, right on the head of the nail with the hammer with that one, as I should say. Yeah, that was pretty much just a momentum thing. That 9 looked like he got a little plowing tight right there. Started rolling up the racetrack. That 1 of Scott Fritz with a good big entry into 3. Probably just thinking, oh yeah, I got this spot. And then all of a sudden, there comes that 9 checking up. That 1 into his back left quarter panel. They both get into a little bit of contact. That 9 ends up going around. But either way, not expecting the night to be over for Scott Fritz. He did just take the EOL penalty to go to the end of the line. But if we've seen anything going to the back of that end of that line, doesn't mean anything for some of these drivers, is John Kinder has been able to pull himself from the depths of the back of the field, as well as Justin Winter. There's 2 drivers sitting in that 3rd and 6th position. So one thing that you can say here at the fairgrounds is expect maybe some more cautions, and that could help you get through the field just a little bit more with some varying pit strategies. And when you've got 20+ race cars on a small little track like Nashville Fairgrounds that are making a lot of horsepower and almost no downforce, you can expect some trouble like this throughout the night. So
yeah, we got Sarah Mays. Come on, son, number 52. Move on up. He is up 4 positions right now from his starting position. As you saw, though, he was back there, but he's moving us up. And she also said some good racing, guys. So, yes, it is some awesome racing. These guys are on top. And we don't expect anything less from these Bluegrass guys. They are always on top of it.
Pace car going to go safely off the track right there, get down pit road as we are pulling up to that restart zone, which the leader does hold the start. Want to say no?
I want to say in this league, don't they wait till you get to the restart zone, actually? Yeah. Yeah. They did.
Oh, is that 16
'Cause
going to get really
week,
hot?
Every week they have to tell them, where the restart zone is. But how does it matter? Because that 21 to Jon Kinder, that 16 to Jimmy Allen, they were just racing out of turn number 2. They were too wide there. Yep, and they just did tell Alex he's got to make it to that restart zone. So my question answered out of context there by that race control, that man, Jason Collins himself. Great guy out there doing some good work. And Jon Kinder doing his best Tokyo Drift impersonation, coming off that corner sideways, really willing that thing. He's going to be sitting in that 3rd spot, going to kill his run to that 16 a little bit. 16 just got a little bit of loose right there. Seems like later in the run here, we got a lot of drivers starting to battle that loose bug. We saw that last night in the Truck Series, Chris. Almost expecting that same thing with a lot less downforce, a lot more power out of these race cars. You just touch that loud pedal a little bit too much, it's going to heat up them rear tires fast. And you've just got to be very, very aware of where you're at on the racetrack at all times, where each bump, each little crevice is at, like I said earlier, because that can make or break you here at a track like Nashville Fairgrounds. But as we're seeing that 8, whoa, man, the 16 wobbled a little bit again coming out of turn number 2. Still able to keep it under control. As Jon Kinder now just probably thinking, all right, if one of them wrecks, this is my race right here. He's going to get up there and get some good position out of it, get some good track time.
Yeah, as you were talking about earlier,
Kinder
Josh.
is just taking on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, as you were talking about earlier, you said you hadn't driven the track. Well, whoa, as you see the 24 there, Casey Barlow getting really loose coming out of that corner. Maybe got a little bit of help from someone, but he is going to collect it back up, and Justin Winters is going to get around that. So you're going to see him move up into that 5th place position. But right now, it looks like Jimmy Allen and Alex Huffman are battling it out. Whoa, as you see that 16 just trying to stay off that quarter panel. But as you were saying earlier, Josh, you haven't driven it. I did drive it the other night and did about 100 laps on it. And I will say, before I knew it, 100 laps was just gone by. And it is a very, very, very bumpy track. You have to make sure you don't get back on the gas too soon, because like you see, a lot of cars going around from getting on that gas too soon.
And as we were looking on board there, you saw that 16 of Jimmy Allen, that 8 of Alex Huffman.
They are racing hard with 20 laps left to go in the stage before we hit the stage break. So this is where they're going to crank up that intensity just a little bit, trying to get those extra bonus points for the championship, as every little point counts, leading laps, winning a stage. All of that does matter in the long run. And Alex Huffman, Jimmy Allen, they're going to be battling for that stage victory currently at the moment, but don't count out all your drivers behind them. Jon Kinder, Adam Lancaster, Justin Winters, all those drivers will have a bid at getting up there. But if you look back to one of your new Cup Series rookies, that's going to be that 18 of Jeremiah Hobbs, who's suffering a little bit of front right damage, but all in all, still running pretty well here in 11th position. Behind him is going to be that 96 of Dylan Butler, who's sitting a couple spots back there behind that 14 of Tyler Reed, that 38 of David Brackett. Now you see Brian Terry, and look at that. Scott Fritz already working his way back up to the field. Restarted in that 23rd position, and he has already worked his way back up into that 15th spot after that EOL with contact from the 9 of Bryce Hunter. And Frankie Barroso up the track, big tight. That 10 of Darius Boyd all over his back bumper. He had a very big moment right there where that 10 could have just easily dumped that 12 of Frankie Barroso, but he turned the intensity down just a little bit and let that 12 live to see another day. Darius Boyd literally was the keeper of all worlds right there. He could have ended the 12's day, but as we go back up on board here, battle for the lead. Lap number 65, it's going to be Jimmy Allen. He was going to do that slide job, decided not to shut the door. Oh, big loose between the 8 and the 16 as well, as Jon Kinder's loving what he's seeing in front of him. These guys battling it out, killing their equipment up while he's running a solo car. As soon as Jon Kinder gets up there, he should be able to start making passes, as he is on some fresher tires than these guys. But we know fresh tires don't mean a thing here, as last night we saw 69 pit lap 69 tires running with 101 lap tires at the end of a 120 lap race. So while tires do matter all the way, got some drivers out here finding pace on those older tires, even when you'd think they wouldn't be up there holding those positions they are. And look at that 8, another little bit of a slide coming out of turn number 2. It seems like that 8 machine now really starting to battle that race car, not only the racetrack, but that race car, as he is under pressure from that 21 of Jon Kinder, and got that 16 of Jimmy Allen pulling away in his front bumper.
Oh, did you see that 96 getting a little loose back there?
Did just see that 96 of Dylan Butler.
Oh, that was the 96. I do apologize. I'm sorry. Timing was messing up on me.
As you roll back up here on board with our leads, look at that 08 of Nicholas Noggle, Chris, up 7 positions from his original qualifying spot of 11th. Nicholas Noggle, that 08,
one of our Canadian friends out here, along with our other Canadian friend, Tyler Reed. They are out here rolling. That Toyota Camry 08 is trying to pick up some spots here, as he's currently sitting in the top 5 with 11 laps to go before the stage.
Yeah, he has a lot better tires than the guys up in front of him. He is on lap 30. He came into pit at lap 35. John Kinder came in at lap 19, and then Jimmy Allen and Alex Huffman both sitting on their original set of tires. So you can definitely tell that that position change for that number 08 of Nicholas Noggle. He is starting to move up through the field. Look behind him. All these guys just starting to bunch up. So we're going to see when they decide to come down pit lane, or if they're just going to wait out for that stage finish, so that way they can all come down together and maybe make up some position.
Yeah. Should all come down together at the stage break. This isn't a track like Pocono, you know, where you don't risk as much, you know, lap loss or anything like that down pit road. If they were to come down pit road under racing conditions right now, they would definitely not get back off another lead lap. So should expect to see everybody stay out here for the stage break. But after the stage break, we might see maybe 1-2 green flag pit stops. So not sure how their field's looking, but the way it's looking right now, it should be only about 1 or 2 stops after we get done with this first stage. But you know, not sure. I'll don't take those words lightly. Oh, the 8, big loose. That's gonna open the door for John Kinder. He's gonna be on that outside lane, and that 8 is gonna fall back as he is too wide with the 08 now of Nicholas Noggle, who's gonna easily drive it on the outside lane past him. And that 8 Alex Huffman looks like he is battling some looseness.
Yeah, as you see that number 8 getting really loose there, working his way, having to get back up on that track. Good save there from that number 8 Alex Huffman.
As we go back live here, you see Justin Winters on that inside lane, promoting himself into that top 4, up from his original qualifying spot to 10th and falling back as low as 20th. Justin Winters rolling back through the field, and he is finding some pace. That Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro just passed his other Allen's Body Shop teammate, the 8 of Alex Huffman, as you see inside of his car right now, as he is rolling. 5 to go in the stage, guys, and we are going to see some good little racing here towards the end of this stage as you look ahead out that front windshield. Now we're out on board with that 21 of John Kinder, that 08. Oh! That was net code contact. That was not full contact, I want to say, as it looked like the 21 did snap a little bit loose, but that just looked like a little bit of net code. Either way, there was contact, net code or not, and Nicholas Noggle is going to gather it back up. As you see, John Kinder sitting in second place. Jimmy Allen leading the field right now, as it looks like they are starting to pull up on the lap car. Not sure who that was.
That's the number
2
2
of Brandon Robertson. He is back out on the racetrack, so yeah. Isn't definitely fighting for any of the laps back at the moment, or necessarily for position at all. Brandon Robertson, a good handful of laps down, but still good to see that number 2 machine out back on the racetrack after early contact with the 8 machine of Alex Huffman, correct?
Yes.
And it looks like it is 2 to go to the stage. Jimmy Allen is going to be your leader here at lap number 79. We'll bring him down at the end of the next lap. Pit road's closed, so if you enter those pit roads, you will get black flagged, as you see Jimmy Allen rolling it through turn number 3, turn number 4. And it's going to be the green-white, not the green-white checkered yet, as it would be the last lap for the stage here. As you see the 16 of Jimmy Allen, going to roll it out of turn number 2. He's got John Kinder, Nicholas Noggle, Justin Winters, and Alex Huffman behind him, all sitting in the top 5. But right now, it's going to be all Jimmy Allen for this stage number 1. He is going to see the green-white checkered, and he is going to grab your stage break win. Jimmy Allen out in the lead. I don't see Jimmy Allen. Doesn't look like he is in any of the driver channels. Oh, yeah, there he is. All right, so we'll see if we can get a word with that 16 of Jimmy Allen here in just a moment, as he is coming out pit road, and we will grab your stage break winner and have a word with him in just a moment. As you see all those race cars down pit road. Looks like a express oil change on women's night, because that's when all of them decide to come in, and it's the busiest on a Tuesday. As you see that 16 of Jimmy Allen gonna get out in the lead. And yeah, not trying to call our drivers or women out there, but that was just what I thought of when I saw that big old line of service coming. You know, when you get that $5 off the oil change, man, on women's night, that is the night that they think this is our time, and they all band together and make that working at Express just woo. It's a hot, sweaty day there on a Tuesday.
Whoa.
Woo. That scared me. That 16 of Jimmy Allen paid way more attention than us. I thought he was about to get in that wall. But yeah, he's going to catch up to the pace car. So we'll see if we can have a word with that 16 right quick and see what he's got to say about that stage 1 victory. Hey, Jimmy Allen, this is Chris and Josh in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man, you just picked up that stage break victory. You're looking pretty fast out there in that 16 National Guard machine. We've seen some couple of contacts through the field. And how you feeling so far as we get about lap number 85, getting ready to roll back green here with that race car under you? Looks like it's on some rails right now. You got that hot rod rolling tonight.
Yeah, this is a really, really fun racetrack. So it's nice. You can get into a rhythm and just kind of click off laps. So that's kind of been my style over the years. So we'll see. Got a lot of fast guys behind me. I'm curious about what Kinder's going to do, and whoever's right behind me, Noggle.
Well, Jimmy, so far you're looking good, man. You built a little bit of gap right there before that stage victory, as everybody was starting to catch you, but like you said, you got some fast race cars behind you. But either way, you are setting the pace right now, doing a dang good job out there. That hot rod's rolling, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later in the race as we'll let you get back down to your team chat and get some strategy worked up as you are getting ready to go back green here.
Thank you, bud.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. All right. Well, they are watching that restart zone now, as Jimmy Allen, Nicholas Noggle, going to bring us back to the green flag. As, woo, big looseness there from that 16, able to gather it back up. But that's going to open that door for Alex Huffman.
Any word, Josh?
Word from what? Sorry. I'm sorry. I was listening to race control. Casey Barlow said,
Whoa, what'd she see?
Contact! No, the 52 of Justin Winter's going to go around.
Oh, and
10 of Darius
10,
Boyd going to make contact as well. And it looks like Justin Winters, even though he just took 2 big shots, he's going to have less damage than some of the race cars that got involved in that. And man, Justin Winters, just an unfortunate turn of events here for him tonight, as he's fallen back once through the field, worked his way back up, and now with that caution. Yeah, and Darius Boyd just came over the radio and said, man, I'm done. I've been having a good race too. That's unfortunate. Like we said, Darius Boyd, man, just another one of those drivers that has just been caught up in the stuff all season. You hate to see it like that, man. You love coming out and watching these drivers, and every week you think, all right, this is going to be the week. We're going to see some good racing from this guy this week. They looked good in practice, and then all of a sudden you've just got that trying to miss a wreck, as he went to the only gap that existed. If he'd have went high, he would have taken the cars out in front of him, or to his outside. If he would have went even any lower, he would have hit that wall harder, and then just hit Justin Winters even more. But it looks like he hit Justin in just the right spot, that it doesn't seem like he is going to take too much damage on that left side. We'll roll on board with that 10 of Darius Boyd. As, yeah, that one of Scott Fritz took that only outside lane that he could have went to. And, yeah, he just had nowhere to go. Just big shunt there with the 52. And that suspension damage looks like it's not going to be too much for that 52, which that could have been a big-time deal for him. But it's good to see Justin Winters rolling again. As we are back under caution here at lap number 91, as you're watching Jimmy Allen He's probably thinking, man, you heard him under that caution brake say he loves getting into a rhythm and just clicking these laps down, as he is now having to send under caution again with the number 08, the number 8 of Nicholas Noggle, Alex Huffman. You know, he was talking about John Kinder as well, who's sitting in 4th. That just goes to show you how much you got to keep all these other drivers in that little bitty spot in your brain. You know, you've got that one spot in your head that's all thinking about the race, and then you got that other one little spot just right there in that back left corner, back right corner, wherever you keep that information. I don't know. I'm not a freaking doctor, but Jimmy Allen's got that one little spot in his brain that he's just got to think about that mirror, think about those drivers behind him. And as much as you train yourself, as much as you turn laps at places like this, you never know what that driver behind you is going to do. So that is just that one thing that you'll never learn. You know, that 08 of Nicholas Noggle, he could be an inside lane passer, he could be an outside lane passer, but who's to say he's not going to try to take it all the way to the wall or all the way down to the apron? You never know what these drivers are going to do, and that's one thing you're not really able ever to learn. As you see that tinted Darius Boyd, he is back on the track, so good to see that tinted Darius Boyd still rolling here. As he does get waved around right there, and it's going to be that 16 of Jimmy Allen. It's going to be that 08 of Nicholas Noggle. Bringing us back to the reset zone here in just a moment as the pace lights are off, and that iRacing official pace car here is going to bring them through turn number 2 at Nashville Fairgrounds. And we're going to be getting ready to roll back to green here at the Bluegrass Nashville Music. Oh man, I already forgot the name of the race. Chris, you're going to have to tell me. Music City. I almost called it the Music, I don't even know what I was about to call it. The Music City 200. Sorry, I'm horrible at remembering only race names for some reason, but they're going to hit that restart line. Fred the Flagman's going to get him going, waving him to the green, and 16 of Jimmy Allen off to a way better start this time than last time, as it seemed like he was getting a little loose. But look at Jon Kinder. He's already moved himself up into that 3rd spot. Looks like we have a car coming out of pit load, blending back onto the racetrack. That could be
the 24
Wyatt Brackett. Or was that the 24 Casey Barlow? No, that's the 30. I think it was the 33 of Wyatt Brackett.
I believe it was the 33 of Wyatt Brackett.
As it looks like that 16 is going to hold off that 08. You see an open-wheeled modified racing up in front of them. Jon Kinder trying to get his way back up there. You got that 8 of Alex Huffman. And then Adam Lancaster up 13 spots from his original qualifying spot of 18th. He is sitting in that 5th position. As Jimmy Allen's going to set the fastest lap of the race that last time by at an 18.6. Faster than some of these guys' qualifying laps out there. That just goes to show you, even in the race trim, Jimmy Allen's got a good little handle on the track. And that looks like David Brackett, Wyatt Brackett came out of the pits at the same time. I want to say, as they are both, they're getting past now. Put down another lap, both of those drivers, in just an unfortunate turn of event for both father-son combo of David and Wyatt Brackett tonight. And either way, we're going to keep it rolling here. And that's going to put a little bit of a lap car gap in between. Oh, caution back out. Caution back out. Lap number 97.
Looks like Brian Terry. See him rolling around back here a little slowly. We'll go back and see what happened to that number 13. See him getting into the corner there. Oh, probably just got in there a little too hot. Got back on the gas just a little too soon. You can see him sitting down. Whoa, hit that wall. Man, that wall is not doing a lot of damage. Because I am seeing a lot of cars hit that wall, but it doesn't even really look like it's hurting them that much.
Yeah, I was about to say, iRacing got some safer barrier physics on these concrete walls.
Because there has been very little damage on some of those big old hits. I would say you are correct with that, Chris. Never mind. You go back to him now, he's got no front bumper.
Yeah, as you probably see everybody out there just starting to rip it off. They're like, oh, it's hanging, let's just tear it off.
Hey, if zip ties don't work, man, and the next thing you can do is just rip it off.
And it looks like the 24 Casey Barlow, he is going to get the lucky dog, so he will get to pull around and get his lap back. All right, so lap 97 is going to be our, I do believe, 6th caution, if you include the stage break. We'll go on here and look, see if it tells us. Our 8th caution. I do apologize about that. So we are 8 cautions in right now. But it does look like everybody is starting to kind of get a feel for it. You know, you see a couple of these guys going around, you know, like we said, just getting back on that loud pedal just a touch too soon. That's going to send everybody around. So everybody's you know, on those fresher tires, not used to how those new tires are working. So, as you see there, that 38 of David Brackett, he is still in the mix of it. He is a lap down. It looks like that 15, or in that 15th position, that 52 of Justin Winters, he's coming down pit lane, but he is still in it. Not probably just doing a little bit of damage repair, but he is still in the race, not out of it yet. So Sarah Mays, I'm sorry, excuse me, don't count him out. He's still in it. We're at lap 101 of 200. This race is just going by so fast. You see that 16 taking that outside lane on that restart. It does seem like the outside lane is the dominant lane on this track. You get on that inside lane, and it just seems like you have to check up a whole bunch. So you see the caution lights are out on that iRacing pace car. So we'll be going green this time around.
Yes, sir, we will. And Chris, I saw you talking about David Brackett. He was sitting third place on the racetrack, but 20th actually in the standings. He was just, that was where he was at in the time of the caution coming out. So he did just get the wave around right there. He will be going back to the back of the pack, and the pace car is going to take that hard left turn as we are getting ready to go back green here as they're going to roll through the field. Music City 200 coming to lap number 103 this time by. And like you said, Chris, we're just knocking them down at this point as Jimmy Allen off to a good restart. He is just going to get a good jump out there. And like you said, that outside lane seems to be the dominant lane here. As that 08 of Nicholas Noggle now, he is going to be rolling it out of turn number 2 with John Kinder a little bit on his back shoulder.
Look at Nicholas Noggle, though. He's taking it on the inside, Josh.
He is indeed too wide coming out of turn number 4.
Oh, you see the 16 getting a little loose.
As it's going to be a race for the lead here at lap 104. It looks like Nicholas Noggle did lead lap 103. So, whoa! Looseness coming off of turn number 2. That is going to forfeit the lead back to Jimmy Allen. As you see John Kinder now starting to pull up caution back out here at lap number 4. It looks like the 18 of Jeremiah Hobbs. That rowdy energy drink just getting a little bit too rowdy. As he, unfortunately, for his second week now, has been caught up in some stuff. We saw at Charlotte, he had a good run, and unfortunately in a 3-wide battle through the front stretch, got taken out. And now it looks like here at Nashville Fairgrounds, it is just coming back to get him in the rear end. As that is just unusual to see, Chris. We're so used to seeing that 18 dominate in the truck series. Jeremiah Hobbs, just a great driver.
Oh, yeah, just on that bottom line.
Like I was saying, though, sorry, listening to race control right there, but Jeremiah Hobbs, man, it's just so weird. Oh, you see that bump right there, man. It is just throwing that race car around. You might not think that's unsettling the whole car for the whole turn, but just those bumps, man, it really sets the race car up in a certain way that you don't want it to be sometimes. You hit it the wrong way, and just coming out of corner exit, you're just not where you think you are. You smack that wall pretty hard, but either way, like I was saying, it's just weird seeing Jeremiah Hobbs with all these problems. You know, usually one of those drivers that is dominating in the truck series. Just a fast truck series driver, but hasn't been able to get the cup cars down here tonight, or cup cars here down yet, as he has just had some trouble.
As if you hear Josh go quiet, he is listening to race control. He can hear everything that is going on the track. So if you just hear him, you know, talking and all of a sudden go quiet, that's probably race control talking in his ear, and he hates it whenever I talk in his ear. So he can't focus.
It's not that I hate it. It's I enjoy listening to race control, and Lloyd just enjoy listening to the driver chat. I just try to get as much information as I can, because sometimes, you know, it's just hard trying to understand what's going on. So yeah, it's not that I hate it though. It is just very hard for me to talk when you have that echo in your ear. It kills me. It's like, you know, when you hear your own voice while you're talking back to you, it just, oh man, I stutter. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. So instead of making y'all suffer and listening to me not be able to use common English, I decided to shut it down for a second, get some information, and then relay that information to you guys. I know a lot of y'all probably wondering, you know, what penalties, who was the... Sorry about that. Got quiet again, as Jason Collins did just say it through race control, that if we don't get the restarts and everything back under control here, we're going to go single file. But we're going to keep letting them go double file for the moment, and hopefully they do get it back under control, because this has produced some good racing so far. Besides all the beating and banging we've had, we've got a lot of beat-up sheet metal out there, but that's just souvenirs for the virtual fans at the end of the race. But either way, I'm expecting these guys to get it cleaned back up here. As once they get that one warning, they usually pick it back up and start doing a good job. Sometimes it's just telling them a little bit, hey, calm it down, let's get it back going here, and usually they'll pick it back up and start rolling pretty good here. So expecting these Bluegrass guys to get it gathered back up. We know there's some, we even said it pre-race, it is just going to be some hard racing all night. You never know who is going to do what, and how this track is going to respond to everybody else's driving abilities, and how they handle the race cars. So other than that, we are going to be double file for right now. That iRacing pace car going to take that left turn for what, the 10th time tonight, Chris, I think?
Ninth time. And
ninth time, excuse me, as we roll out of turn number 4. See that white mark on the ground? That is the restart zone. They are back on the loud pedal. Green, 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 green. And that 16 in that outside lane, making it roll as that 08 of Nicholas Noggle is going to file back into that second place. And John Kinder rolling on that inside lane. He's got something on his outside. They're going to be too wide here going into turn number 4. And Lancaster in the 7 of Ronnie Shirk doing the same exact thing. That was like mirror, mirror on the wall. Just anything you can do, I can do better. They both plowed tight into turn number 3 and got into that outside wall just a little bit. Able to recover through a little bit of a need for speed bounce off the wall, get the power back under, and just keep digging. As that 08 and Nicholas Noggle now is all over the back bumper of that 16 of Jimmy Allen, like he owes him lunch money.
You see Alex Huffman getting a little loose.
I'm going to say, you see that 18 doing his best loose impersonation. He got it sideways just a little bit, gathered it back up. That Allen's Body Shop number 8 is going to need some body shop work. Him in the 52, they're going to have to take it by Allen's later, because they've got some beating and banging damage on those race cars. But either way,
correct,
we are still
Josh,
green.
You said the 18, it's the 8.
Oh, did I say the 18? Excuse
yes.
me. I meant to say the 8 of Alex Huffman, but yeah, there we go. Rolling in third spot, that 08 to Nicholas Noggle. Settle back just a little bit, about a car length, now about a half a car length off that 16 of Jimmy Allen, as he is rolling it back up. As you see them kind of doing that diamond arc through the corner as they get it entry in a little bit higher than usual, and you arc it down the racetrack, try to find it. Right there you see that 08 to Nicholas Noggle doing exactly what I said, but it looks like that 16 of Jimmy Allen is finding the pace in that middle groove right now. It seems like that middle lane just hooking up a little bit better, and yeah, you see Nicholas Noggle following him through in turn number 3, but watching turn number 1, a little bit of different, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, man. Different driving style. Dang, man, that's what was trying to come out, and all these words just rolling through my head. Woo! I'm going to slap myself after this race. And sorry about that. I heard Scott Fritz say he was still here, so obviously some type of battling going on. Not sure if it was between him and that 14 of Tyler Reed, or it could have been that race car in front of him, that 26 of Jeremy Little. Don't want to throw the blame on anybody, so I'm just going to hush up and say I did hear Scott Fritz saying that he was still there, so maybe just a little bit of contact between whatever driver he was racing at the moment. But right now, for the time being, Jimmy Allen, what just happened, Chris? We went away for a lap, and now a whole second between those race cars. That away to Nicholas Noggle seems like he might be battling an internal handling problem in that race car currently, and maybe he'll get it gathered back up here in a moment. But looks like that 8 of Alex Huffman is going to pull past that 21 of John Kinder at the moment and net himself up in that 3rd position as we are coming up to lap 119 this next time by. We're looking close to about 81 laps to go. Well, as these drivers are filing back out, getting it rolling again, we are going to go ahead and get those volumes cranked up, get the screen full of these race cars, and enjoy these beautiful sights and sounds from the virtual Nashville Fairground Speedway. Brought to you by Sonoma Raceway Media. This is a Turn It Up, so enjoy the sights and sounds here of the virtual iRacing platform.
we are back live here. As while we remember that turn it up, you see Jimmy Allen almost out to a 3-second lead. That 08 Nicholas Noggle seems like he has just been battling bad looseness in that race car, which has allowed that 8 of Alex Huffman to pull up to him. You see that 21 of John Kinder, that 28 of Adam Lancaster, all now ready to pounce on that second place position as they roll up on that 2 machine of Brandon Robertson, who is an early dominant car in this race, but unfortunately taken out due to a contact in turn number 2. That we saw a battle for the lead. He went around, and since then he just hasn't really been able to recover. Had to take extensive damage repair on pit road, so that put a big old fork in his strategy for the night, and pretty much sealed that race over. So good to see him still out on the racetrack. He is going to let all those cars get by cleanly and in good fashion as they all just single file charge past that to a Brandon Robertson.
Right now, Thomas, let's go TFR.
But you see that single file line right there, a little bit of a choo-choo train rolling down the straightaways. As Jimmy Allen, he is loving this clean air. He is out to a 3 and 10 gap now on second place on back. But look at that, John Kinder able to get by that 8 of Alex Huffman. Big run into turn number 3. Maybe a little bit of looseness out of turn 2. We missed it just for a split second. We'll go back and look at this pass as they shoot it off into turn number 2. We'll see, maybe just got a little loose coming out of corner exit. As, yep, that's exactly what happened. Just dove it down the racetrack just a little bit too early, and it brought that rear end around with him, and that's just going to allow John Kinder to drive on by. Not over for the 8, though, yet, as it seems like he's still got a little bit of a heat in those rear tires as it's just still wobbling around. She's 21 of John Kinder now pulling up to that 08 of Nicholas Noggle, about 4/10 off of that second place position. You know, he'd probably love to get past that 08 of Nicholas Noggle, but not sure if he'd be able to carry it on up there to get with Jimmy Allen at the moment. But you see Nicholas Noggle still going to be able to get about a 5/10 gap out. He put another 10th on him coming out of turn number 4. And good little run here tonight from that 08 as he is doing just a fine job getting himself out into that second spot. Pretty much running with it all night. Good to see Nicholas Noggle with a good run here this week.
Well, as you see him getting really loose there coming out of turn 4. Maybe let's see if that's going to help John Kinder. You know, they always say loose is fast, but sometimes it's not the fastest way around the track. Don't want to be too loose. And it looks like that 08 of Nicholas Noggle, he is actually starting to just slowly inch that lead back out again as Jimmy Allen, he is just running off and leaving everyone. He's got a 3.5 second lead on that second place, Nicholas Noggle. But as you see, John Kinder, he is trying to inch back up, claw his way back up there to that second place position as he is in the 3rd place position, his qualifying spot. So he is trying to catch up to that 08 of Nicholas Noggle, but it does not look like he's able to catch back up to him, just falling off there just a little bit. But Alex Huffman, that number 8, he has tried his best to stay up there.
And it looks like we're coming down to a good battle here with about 61 laps left to the good. See a little bit of a battle here from that 26 of Jeremy Little, that 1 of Scott Fritz, and that speed working for the Mustang. As he is rolling it. Jimmy Allen starting to pull up to Kel Clifton now to put a lap on him, as he just called out where he wanted that lap car to go, or that lap car actually asked where he wanted to go. Jimmy gave him the response. And looks like we've got some correlation between lap drivers and the leaders out for the night, as they have just been doing it as clean as you possibly can do here at Nashville Fairgrounds. And a big dive there from the 12 on the 6, as looks like he ain't going to make it stick, but I just heard Tyler Reed come over the radio in that 8th place position. 7 Ronnie Shirk as well. It looks like we're about to have some green flag pit stop cycles, Chris.
Yeah,
and this is going to be fun watching him get it woed down on this little bitty short track. This is going to be some fun pit stop cycles. Because you got like a little bit of a chicane rolling into pit road. Sorry, because I cut you off twice now.
No, you're fine. I was trying to get it. I was trying to get the cameras woed down on them, but I could not find them. But as you see, the 16 of Jimmy Allen, he's going to come around and put a lap down on Tyler Reed and Ronnie Shirk as they both came down pit lane together. It looks like Scott Fritz got around that driver that he was trying to get around. I cannot remember who was battling. I want to say it was the 26 of Jeremy Little.
It was indeed, it was.
Okay, so yeah, you see him get around that 26 Like you said, Josh, let's see how long it takes everybody to decide to come down pit lane, because it is kind of a headache trying to get down that little bitty turn in. You see that 7 there of Ronnie Shirk pulling back out into that blend lane, getting back up in front of that 21 of John Kinder. That's going to give Nicholas Noggle just a little bit of a chance to get up there. You see that number 50. Yeah, that 50 of Kel Clifton. He is on riding that top lane. Sorry, my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, so I was squinting trying to see the numbers, but couldn't see it. It looks like Nicholas Noggle's going to get around him, that number 7 there of Ronnie Shirk. Looks like he's going to be on that inside line trying to get her. Whoa, as it looks like that 08 just dove it in there really hard. Getting around that 13 there of Brian Terry.
Woo. And that 7 giving him a little bit of that bumper tap, letting him know, hey, I'm here. I'm on these fresh tires, man. Let me go. Let me go. That 7 trying to put himself back on the lead lap, as he did just come down pit road at lap 142 with that 14 of Tyler Reed. So that 7 now going to get by that 08 of Nicholas Noggle. Is that, oh, man, big loose right there. That should open the door for John Kinder just to gain a little bit of track time back on that 08 Nicholas Noggle. You see Alex Huffman behind him, but look at Jimmy Allen now, almost 5-second lead. As he is rolling.
Yeah,
it looks like a little run here in this second half of the race.
Looks like he's definitely got the pace out here in the front. That clean air is helping him. But he's coming up to these lap traffic right now. The Lieutenant Darius Boyd. And I do think that is the 33 of Wyatt Brackett that he is pulling up on right now. Going to put them another lap down.
Darius Boyd, yes, and Wyatt Brackett. You are correct, Chris.
I know that Wyatt and David run. Whoa, she's at 14.
Taking
it 3
wide. Those fresh tires, man, they are rolling. That 7, that 14, they are not waiting to hesitate behind anybody. Did you see that 8 of that's the 08 of Nicholas Noggle. That 18 of Jeremiah Hobbs, they are going to come down pit road.
Getting loose, yeah. Nicholas Noggle, Jeremiah Hobbs coming down pit road. Let's go, Scott Fritz. Hey, Dad, good to see you in chat.
From one Scott to another, it's just the Scott bond. Hello, Dad. Welcome home. I heard you get home. I heard the dog start barking.
Oh, you see that 10 get up in the wall.
Yeah, that 10 of Darius Boyd with no front end. It seems like he has just been battling a little bit of that push as it's developed here later in this run. He has been in the wall about 2 times in the last couple laps. Still able to keep it clean, though, keep it off other drivers, and he's still rolling out there in that 10 DoorDash machine. As he probably needs some parts DoorDash to his pit stall, get that race car fixed and get it back rolling to full speed. But either way, good to see all those drivers out there with damage still rolling tonight and still turning those laps.
Yeah, as you see, John Kinder going to assume that second place position whenever that 08 of Nicholas Noggle came down pit lane. So we're going to see how long it takes for those front guys to decide to come down pit lane, as it looks like Justin Winters came down at lap 107, also with Wyatt Brackett. So they are going to be the only 2 right now on the lead lap with the fresher tires. I do see Casey Barlow and Frankie Barroso also came in at lap 99 and 90, so they're on a little bit fresher tires than the guys in front. So let's see how long it takes for Jimmy Allen to finally decide to come down pit lane, as it looks like John Kinder is starting to catch Jimmy Allen. We said he was up to a 5-second lead. He's cut it down to almost 4 seconds. So that lap traffic is starting to come into play, Josh.
It is indeed. As you see that 08 to Nicholas Noggle dive off the racetrack. Looks like he's going into pit road. Is that his second time entering pit road now?
Yeah, that is his second time entering pit road. Maybe he had a black flag speeding on pit lane. Don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. See if he takes tires or not. Yeah, it looks like it's just a stop and go penalty. You could be correct with that one, Chris. Oh, Wyatt Brackett's blown up.
Oh, that is unfortunate for that 33 Yingling car. Running around, like you were saying, Josh, he was going to be driving a car, doesn't have to worry about overheating. Well, it looks like that wasn't the case.
Yeah, something went wrong in that 33 machine.
We'll see if he's able to make it to pit road. If not, they will have to throw the caution for a stranded race car, which would throw a wrench in a lot of these guys' strategy here tonight. Able to make it onto pit road, so good to see Wyatt Brackett safely off the racetrack and out of his other fellow competitors' way with that blown-up engine. And hey, still, lap 159, that 33 machine made it a lot farther than I thought it was going to make it. And either way, you hate to see that motor blow, but
You picked the wrong time to leave me, motor.
Yeah, as it looks like that 21 of Jon Kinder starting to fall back just a little bit from that 16 of Jimmy Allen. Doesn't look like he is able to keep that pace up. It looks like he's actually, yeah, it looks like he's diving down pit road now. So going to jump that gun before Jimmy Allen. Maybe hope that he, whoa, did you see the 10 getting loose?
I'm glad you saw the 10 getting loose because I did not.
Yeah,
I was. Ooh, is that a little bit more damage on that race car, or was it looking like that on the hood earlier?
I don't
Looks
have
like he is going to come down pit road as well with Scott Fritz.
I don't have a marker for that, so I do apologize. But yeah, he was getting loose there. I was trying to find it, but there is not a marker. So it looks like Alex Huffman's going to assume the lead. As you see, Jimmy Allen, Scott Fritz, Jeremy Little, Adam Lancaster, Jon Kinder all coming down pit lane. And now it looks like Alex Huffman's going to pull that trigger now. He's going to come down pit lane. So it looks like that number 12 of Frankie Barr. So he is going to take the lead with Tyler Johnson right behind him. Justin Winters, he's in 4th position. So as soon as they get around, Justin Winters will assume that 3rd place position as he does right now. So up a really good spot right now as you saw him getting into that wreck earlier. Gonna see how low, whoa, as he gets down on that yellow line. We know that that can be dangerous. You see that number 6, Tyler Johnson getting down on that bottom lane.
Thought he was getting loose, but he was definitely woeing her up for pit road. I was about to say that was almost contact, but instantly took that back once I saw him go to pit road. That 6 I thought for sure was getting loose coming off that top of the wall, and maybe collecting Justin Winters again, but nah, he knew what he was doing. Just a little bit of an optical illusion right there. And the Mean Machine, Christopher Blanchard, sitting in 3rd place, up 19 positions. In that 19 is going to come down pit road. As you see him hopping down onto that small pit lane and into that little bit of a moving chicane right there, that hard left turn. As you see that 52 machine of Justin Winters, he is going to set in 2nd place. Frankie Barroso is going to come down pit road. That is going to give the lead to that 52 machine. And look at that, Chris. Jon Kinder doing a good job. He's about, what, 2 seconds back, 3 seconds back from that 16. Or no, 4 seconds back, excuse me. I was looking at Tyler Reed's top.
Yeah, as you see those tire differences right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been 61, almost 61 laps since Justin Winters has come down pit lane. So he is probably going to be pulling down here in just a second.
You just said that, and he just called it.
All right, so Justin Winters is going to be down pit lane. We're going to actually watch that 52 jump down pit lane, so that way we can see. Whoa, as you see him washing back up on the track there. You see, it is a massive just left turn going in there. So you have to whoa that thing up really, really fast.
Yeah, that's definitely a pit stop, or excuse me, a pit entry that if you're running late models around here, running anything like that, you really wouldn't, see being used a lot. But with these Cup cars carrying so much speed and having to make stops, regularly throughout the race, that is definitely a very, very tricky pit entry. Might be one of the weirdest pit entries I've seen so far in the schedule. That one would catch me out of guard. I feel like I would hit that those tires stacked up on the edge of the wall way more than anybody that's raced here. So that would probably be my kryptonite pit road here. But either way, go back up here on board, and it's going to be Jimmy Allen in that 1st position. Tyler Reed, you see out in front of that 21 of Jon Kinder. He's about on 18 lap fresher or older tires, than that 21 of Jon Kinder. So looks like that 21 starting to catch that 14 and trying to get ready to set up a pass for that 2nd place position.
Yeah, as you saw just a couple of laps ago, Jon Kinder getting really loose on that quarter entry, or exit, excuse me. As you see him making that pass on the inside there of that 14 of Tyler Reed, looks like he's going to take that position away from him on the inside. You see Jon Kinder getting all the way down there on that bottom line. See that car bouncing. Woo, those bumps are terrible.
Yeah, but Jon Kinder's got a handle on that race car, it seems like right now, doing a good job to net himself back up into that 2nd place position. As you see him just rolling away from that 14 of Tyler Reed already. And it's got a good little bit of work cut out for him to get up there and run with that 16 of Jimmy Allen, as we are on 29 laps to the good. As you see that 16 putting the 13 of Brian Perry another lap down, rolling up that 6 of Tyler Johnson. He's on 2 lap fresher tires, but it looks like that 16's just got the paces. Woo! Coming out of turn 4, those two just got door to door there for a split second. And that 6 of Jimmy Allen is going to clear that 6 of Tyler Johnson in that Valvoline Chevy Camaro. Jimmy Allen still pulling away 3 8/10 now on that 21 of Jon Kinder.
Yeah, Jon Kinder, he is trying to claw his way back up in here. wanting that 16 of Jimmy Allen to get into lap traffic, but every time that 16 gets around anybody, they just let him go. So John's like, oh no, just don't let him go, don't let him go, hold him up just a little bit. But it looks like he is just trying to catch back up here. As you see Alex Huffman, he is starting to pull up to that back bumper as well. Whoa, as I see Christopher Blanchard goes around. All right, on lap 172, we have a caution. We actually had a really good green flag stint there for a little bit. We'll go back on board with this 19 Mean Machine and see what happened there. Looks like he's going to dive it down inside. Let's see if he just gets back on that gas too soon. Yep, that's what it is. Got down on that bump. Hey, if we've learned anything, you can hit that wall and still make it. As you see, he doesn't really have a lot of damage on that right side of the car. Or the left side of the car, excuse me. I'm looking at it backwards.
There was a hole in that hood, so that's going to work a little bit against him as it's going to suck that air in. And actually, wouldn't that put the front end more planted if it was sucking air through that hole? I don't know. I really don't know how aerodynamics work sometimes. So I'm just going to hush my mouth before some physics degree guy comes in here and starts telling me I'm dumb. So.
Yes, look, Jimmy Allen, Frankie Barso, John Kinder, Tyler Reed, Scott Fritz, Ronnie Shirk, Casey Barlow, Jeremiah Hobbs, Jeremy Little, and Adam Lancaster all come down pit road. So there's a little bit of a pit strategy going on for these guys in the lead, because they did pit not too long ago, but they decided to go ahead and pull that trigger again, come down pit lane, get some fresh Goodyear rubber on those cars, fill that tank up with Sunoco fuel, get back out there on the track. So it looks like John Kinder's going to pull back out in third place. So you got Alex Huffman in first, Jimmy Allen in second, John Kinder third, Tyler Reed in fourth, Ronnie Shirk in fifth, Scott Fritz in sixth, Casey Barlow in seventh, Jeremy Little in eighth, Frankie Barso in ninth, with Jeremiah Hobbs rounding out that top 10.
That is a stacked top 10. As Alex Huffman is in that 8 machine, he's going to have to deal with those 13-lap fresher tires. That's 16 of Jimmy Allen, that 21 of John Kinder. And it's good to see that 14 of Tyler Reed after some early trouble. He's able to get himself back up into where he qualified at in that 4th spot. Knew he had the pace to get it done here. And it's good to see him back in the mix of things. As you see that 52 of Justin Winters and that 9 of Bryce Hunter should get the wave around here in just a moment. As that is where they were positioned on the track, and that's where the pace car picked up the field once that caution did come out. They'll get that wave around here once we get 1 to green, and we should be set for another good little run to the finish here, as it should be about 21 laps to go once we go back green. And this is where all those unwritten rules of racing go out the window. It goes from, hey, why'd you put the bumper to me, to, hey, I'm going to put the bumper to you. So we'll see if these guys crank up that intensity, crank up that wow factor, and see if they try to push that intimidate button, and really get on them. Either way, we are going to be getting lined back up, double file here. Pace lights are off. 16 to Jimmy Allen going to be on that inside for, I want to say, the first time tonight since he's been up there in the lead. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jimmy Allen's able to make that inside lane work like he's made that outside lane work all night. But either way, he is on those 13-lap fresher tires. We'll see if that does come back to bite Alex Huffman in the rear end. Either way, that pace car is off. That 8's getting to a little bit of an advantage up there. You see John Kinder all over the back bumper, getting that 16, trying to get him to go as the green's out, and we're rolling. Jimmy Allen, big restart on that inside lane. That 8, Alex Huffman, is coming back on the outside. 2 wide. Tyler Reed, John Kinder, they were door banging on entry, and John Kinder with a big run out of turn number 2. He's going to go to the outside lane. He's going to be on the outside of that 16 of Jimmy Allen. Excuse me, that 8's actually going to be on the outside of Jimmy Allen. That 16, a little bit tight. That's going to open the door for the 8 to go 2 wide again, and that 8 is doing a good job at almost contact between the 7 and the 12. And Chris, if you want to go back up on the lead, we are 3 wide in the back of the field. Look at this race for the lead. 19, 20 laps to go, 19 this time by, and man, Jimmy Allen, whoa, loose, wrecking. Oh no. Everybody got by, I think. Oh my goodness. Did the 16 and the 8 make contact, or the 21 and the 8 make contact there? Or the 16, I mean, excuse me? I see some real bumper damage.
Let me calm down for a second. Woo! That was intense there for a second. We'll go back and check that out. Yeah, it looks like Jimmy Allen does have a little bit of damage on that back end. We'll go back and see in like that 21 possibly got into that back bumper.
Oh, no, that was a self-spin from the 16. He's already loose right there.
Yeah, as you see him getting down on that bottom lane, it's going to just...
Yeah, no contact at all. That was just self-spin. 16 was just digging all he could trying to keep up that track position. And unfortunately, it comes back to bite him. But man, look at that. Everybody got by. I have never heard Jason scream that loud over a car. He was, wreck it on the first race, wreck it. Jason was excited, man.
Let's watch that 16. See everybody. Whoa! Whoa! Get a little bit of contact there from Nicholas Noggles. You see that 10 whoa-ing that thing down.
Man, that is what you call keeping those eyes open. All the drivers found the only spot on the racetrack they could win to. They all made it work, man. Good awareness from all those drivers as we'll ride on board here with that 08 to Nicholas Noggle. See it from a little bit back in the field. As you see, there goes that wreck. And look at these cars just spread out.
Woo! Okay, so it was the 18 that got into him just a little bit.
18 got into him a little bit. The 08 got into the wall. But other than that, man, I would much rather take that wall tap right there than plowing into a race car this late in the race. With about 12, 13 laps to go, that was just something you don't want to deal with.
16 laps.
Excuse me, 16 laps to go. I forget that some of those cars are scored a lap down on different laps than our leaders. Excuse me on that. And yeah, 16 laps to the good, Chris. Alex Huffman in the lead. Jon Kinder holding that second spot. And man, we could be looking at either a first-time winner here tonight in Alex Huffman or Jon Kinder picking up his second win. And I'm not even going to say those two drivers only because you've got Tyler Reed, you've got Scott Fritz, Jeremy Little, Frankie Barroso, all those drivers who have been up here putting in those laps, getting those, getting that leading that lap experiences. Frankie has led, and we've seen a couple of these drivers getting up there battling for the top 2, top 3 positions. So it's going to be a good little sprint here to the finish.
Yeah, Sarah May's in the YouTube chat. It's not over yet. Winners 52. Keep on fighting your way through. He is currently sitting in that 13th position. So he is fighting his way back through this. After all that adversity early on in the race, he is doing a good job to keep up in this field. So there you go, Sarah Mays. He is looking good.
Yeah, he is sitting in 12th. It's just unfortunate for Justin. Been caught up in a little bit of the stuff here tonight once again. And he's had a good, fast race car. He has shown that he can get up there and run in the top 5 all night. But unfortunately for him, in the time where he needs to be up there, he is falling back a little bit. But like you said, race definitely is not over at all. We can definitely see, you know, these last 13, 14 laps here could feel like 40 laps. So it's not over here at Nashville Fairgrounds. And I'm pretty sure all those drivers up there in those top 10 positions probably thinking that same thing as well. It ain't over until that checker drops, and anything can happen here on a small oval like Nashville Fairgrounds. As you see a cool little shot of those race cars coming down the back straightaway. Rolling off into turn number 3. As that pace car is going to take that left turn, we're going to ride here on the flag stand as you see him holding that green flag. As they hit the restart zone, green flag's out. He'll wave it now. And there they go, that 8 Alex Huffman, a good little jump out in that lead position. As you see Jon Kinder got Tyler Reed all over his back bumper, who's got Scott Fritz all over his back bumper, who's got Frankie Barroso all over his back bumper. And 3 wide in the back of the field, and these drivers in the top 5 just bumper to bumper. They are pressing the issue now. We'll see how aggressive Jon Kinder or that 14 of Tyler Reed gets on each other, and how if that 21 of Jon Kinder is going to get aggressive with that 8 of Alex Huffman.
They are still 3 wide in the back.
Yeah, 3 wide, and that's contact. 16 of Jimmy Allen, he is going to hit the wall. The 7's going to take a big shot from that back bumper, or to that back bumper from the 28 of Adam Lancaster, and it looks like Jimmy Allen still caught up in it. No back bumper, no front bumper. That 16 got some big damage. But it looks like they are off the racetrack, and look at that battle for second place. Tyler Reed, the Canadian friend, he's going to be to the inside of Kinder. They're going to touch door. Still beating, still banging, and they're still rolling. 2 wide drag race down the front stretch into turn number 2, and it looks like that 14 of Tyler Reed not done. He is still coming back. 10 laps to go, 9.5. Now, this time by 9 laps to go, 9 laps to go.
Yeah, as you see, Jon Kinder, he's trying to get on that outside lane, trying to make it work. We've seen that outside lane be very dominant tonight. But it looks like a little bit of contact there, a little bit of net code, so that 21's still going to be able to stay straight. But that's going to slow him down a little bit.
Fritz is going to get by Chris into 3rd place. He got loose a little bit, and he's going to send the 14 up the track. Here comes Jon Kinder back. 3 wide for a moment, 2 wide now, and they're still banging. Man, the 21 sideways, he's going to gather it back up. The one's around big wreck here with 7 to go.
Oh, man, that 21 of Jon Kinder just getting sent around. There was a lot of beating and banging going on there for a second. Oh, my goodness. I think I need to take a second to calm down. Woo!
Man, this race they're turning the intensity up, Chris. This is getting too much to handle, not only for these drivers, but for me. These guys are throwing the kitchen sink out the window. You saw right there a little bit of beating and banging, and that's what got Kinder off his braking point. Luckily, that wall did save his spin a little bit, but he didn't get back around. You see that front bumper come off from contact with that 26 of Jeremy Little. Other than that, it seems like everybody else able to gather it back up. Scott Fritz taking some damage there. That 14 of Tyler Reed taking some as well. All in all, that 21 of Jon Kinder not going to give up that track position. He's going to fall back to 11th, but he isn't going to go down pit road. But right now, it's looking like Alex Huffman, Frankie Barroso, Tyler Reed is going to be your top 3.
And you see that number 1 trying to collect it. He just caught that back end to Frankie Barroso, and that's going to be what slowed him up just a little bit to collect in that field. So Scott Fritz, he's still in it. Oh, you just didn't want to see that. That was a lot going on there.
You didn't want to see it, but you love to see it.
Yeah, we're going to look at it one more time. You see that 14 getting into the wall. Maybe that 21 thought he was clear. Just going to send him around. You're going to see the one get hit back in from D6. Oh, that 08 of Nicholas Noggle just getting through there.
Yeah, Tyler Reed got very fortunate as well to just sneak by on the inside. He 100% should have been caught up in that, but that 14 of Tyler Reed able to sneak his way through, found that little bit of an open door, and he took it as it. Sorry about that. I was listening to race control. And what lap are we on? 196 as we go back live here. So about 7 laps to go.
5 to go.
Should be about 5. Or excuse me, I don't know why I said 7 laps to go. My numbers are all backwards today, man. As 5 to go, it should be about 3 to go when we get back, about lap 197, 198, as we should get back to green flag race and not have a green-white checkered at the moment. But if we do get a caution before that white flag comes out, we will get a overtime finish. But right now, it looks like we're going to finish this race under normal rules with 200 laps, as it should be about lap 198, 199. We'll see. It might go to the green-white checkered here this next lap or two. We'll just have to see if we get this overtime finish.
Yeah, you see a lot of drivers getting through that wreck there. That could have been a lot worse than it was. You know, just hats off to these guys for having that situational awareness. You know, we always say that sometimes people in this game just cannot see what's going on in front of them. So, you know, like we always say, these Bluegrass guys always have a good, good head on their shoulders, always being able to see what's going on. So good job on all those guys getting checked up, woed up to not cause a bigger wreck than it was. As you see, those pace lights are out, so we're going to have 2 laps to go whenever we hit the stripe. So think of it as a green-white checker, but not. So who's going to take it? Frankie Barroso, Alex Huffman, Scott Fritz, or Tyler Reed? Which one of those are going to be able to walk away with this? You see, you got the 6 and the 18 back there. Pace car is off.
And they hit that restart zone. Green, green, green. Tyler Johnson, he's back into it. Jeremiah Hobbs up into the top 10 as he's sitting in 5th. And there they come around. They're going to grab the white flag this next time by. And Scott Fritz up the racetrack. 4 wide out of turn number 2 as they are rolling. Still 4 wide. Jon Kinder going to go around again. And there comes the caution as they were coming to grab the white flag. It is going to be overtime attempt number 1. They were 4 wide at Nashville Fairgrounds coming out of turn number 2. That is something you do not see. They were 3 wide, actually. I thought they were 4 wide. No, they could have been 4 wide there for a second. Look at Darius Boyd riding that wall to the back there. And, man, that was just insane restart.
Yeah, you see that 24 just going in there just a little too hot. He's going to collect that 21 of Jon Kinder. He's going to get centered around. Let's see, Nicholas Noggle just gets out of it. Look at that 28, though. Oh, my goodness, look at that 28. He is all up in that mix.
Yeah, and Darius Boyd hitting that wall rod might have just saved the rest of his race right there. Because if he'd have been up there, he'd have definitely been collected in that. But that wall tap did save him just a little bit. He's still just drifting all over the racetrack. Darius Boyd in that race car shows has just not had a very well night out there after his early wreck. Man, look at that spread outness here at Nashville. But yeah, that 24 just got in really hard, got up into that 21. And yeah, Adam Lancaster, good job getting around those guys as he's following the rear. No deck lid, no rear bumper. That's 16 to Jimmy Allen. In real life, you know, they would have told you, hey, get that deck lid on that race car. You ain't going back out there. One good thing about iRacing is you get that rear deck lid gone, you're out there driving a bad loose race car. And hey, you know, sometimes looseness on these racetracks can pick you up some speed.
Woo, Josh, this has been a race. I am so hyped up right now. I'm so excited.
Good race it has been indeed. This has just been awesome battle as we've had some of our top competitors fall off, and that's opened the door for different people. Tyler Johnson, who has not really been up here in the top 5 all night, a dominant race car driver. We know how good he is in the Bluegrass Series, but he's worked his way up now into that 4th place. Look at Jeremiah Hobbs, Chris, that 18 machine with a lot of damage. He is sitting in 5th spot. And if something was to happen, yeah, right behind him, that is Justin Winters in that 6th position. You got Jeremy Little and Scott Fritz as well. That's unfortunate to see for Scott Fritz. These last 20, it just seems like he has been caught up in everything that will send him up the racetrack and some. But like you said, Chris, that 52 of Justin Winters, that 18 of Jeremiah Hobbs, that 6 of Tyler Johnson, they are all up here. They are running. That's good to see these drivers who haven't had the most successful night tonight work their way up here. And look how clean that 6 of Tyler Johnson's car is. He might have one of the cleaner race cars up in that top 10, top 5 area.
Just checking out the YouTube chat, seeing Brandon Ard, people seeing red mist. Yes, sir. Ooh, it is crazy out there. Sarah Mays, way to hang on there, son. Yeah, he is hanging on the best he can. Sarah Mays and Justin Winters. Sorry about that. Forgot to say his name.
All right, Chris, do you think we get another attempt at it, or do you think this is going to be the final reset?
Well, I think we might go one more time. The way these drivers are seeing red right now, they are trying their best to get up here into that front, trying to win this. I just don't see it going one more time. But hey, I've been proven wrong before. But the green is out.
Restart zone is hit. The green is out. Like Chris just said, Alex Huffman off to a good start. Frankie Barroso in that outside lane. He's going to roll it into turn number 2. 2 by 2 for the top 4 as Tyler Johnson is driving it in big time. He's going to clear himself into that 3rd position for the moment. Did you see that 8 of Alex Huffman? He is out in the lead. White flag this time by. Next flag will end it. 3 wide coming down the front straightaway as Alex Huffman's out in the lead. That 12 of Frankie Barroso is going to find it. Oh, no, Tyler Johnson. We were just talking about him. He is around. No caution. We are going to stay green, and they're making contact in the front. The 8 of Alex Huffman's around. Here comes the 14 of Tyler Reed. Frankie Barroso. It's going to be Tyler Reed with the win.
Oh, my goodness. Woo! What just happened?
Dude, I don't even know.
I am so confused right now. We're going to have to go back and see what just happened there. As it looks like in my ticker, I've got Frankie Barroso is going to be in first place. We will actually see. Let's see. It looks like the 14 is burning out. We'll go back here to that and check it.
My mic did not peak right there, man, and cut out. I was getting way too hyped.
You see the 6 going around off the front bumper. Scott Fritz might not have been Scott Fritz. Well, couldn't really tell. Then you see the number 12 send the number 8 around. We're actually going to ride on board here with that 14, see who wins. It looks like Frankie gets loose. Yes, so the 14 is going to.
Oh my goodness. Man.
Oh my goodness.
The 12, if he would have just been straight, I mean, he wins that race. And look at that flying in. Justin Winters, man, he went flying in.
Oh my goodness, it won't stop. Whew.
I don't think you're getting that good of a photo finish look
Oh
there.
my goodness.
Just go on board with the 14 and show it from that perspective, Chris.
It's just not wanting to stop. We're going to slow it down right here. It looks like it's looks like it's going to be the 14.
Yeah, just give up on it.
Yeah. As to my eyes, it looks like it is that 14.
Well, SDK 100% gave him the win, so I mean, the live timing in this game is never wrong. But either way, you're going to see Tyler Reed pick up that win here tonight. And man, oh man, I cannot believe what we just saw, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like it gave that to the number 14 of Tyler Reed. You are correct, Josh. So Tyler Reed's going to be the winner.
As that is going to be his first win of the season here at Nashville Fairgrounds. And man, oh man, I am ready to hear from our drivers once they get the moment. Come and have a word with us. That was insane. Insane finish. We'll go back on board here and watch those final laps as you're rolling. You see that 3 wide? This is coming to the white flag, correct?
Yes, this is the white flag.
You see the 6 make contact or get hit by the 14. Not sure how they're going to score that now, as he did get into the 6. You do know they get those EOL penalties sometimes for making that contacts. Not sure how they're going to score that or what they'll do with that 14, but it looks like he still is going to be your winner here tonight. And let's see.
Oh, that was a crazy finish.
So it was Frankie Barroso, Tyler Reed, and who else finished third? Because the scoring is all out of sorts from those wrecks. So Jeremy Little finished third?
Yeah, I'm going to bring up the grid or the results here, and we will see. Yeah, it looks like for right now, the race results say it was Tyler Reed, Frankie Barroso, and then Justin Winters in third.
Yeah, I can see Justin Winters has scored in 12th for me. So that's weird. It's just probably where they were all wrecking, you know, so. And everybody went back to the pits at separate times, so the timing is just all out of sorts for me. But you said it was Tyler Reed, Frankie Barroso, and Justin Winters, you said?
I'm reloading it right now just to make sure. Oh, that one was crazy.
If you reload live timing, it loses all of its information.
Yeah, right now, my race results say it was Tyler Reed, Frankie Barroso in second, and Justin Winters in third.
All right. Well, yeah.
Let's.
Like I said, I just did not want to pull the wrong person up here. Like I said, my live timing is all out of sorts right now from that wreck at the end.
Let's just wait and get word from Jason Collins, because, like I said, I'm not really sure about that.
Yeah, it was just a crazy, crazy finish right there. That was awesome. Awesome battles to the end, man. That was on the edge of the seat right there. We had cars just going all over the place, getting wrecked and all. That was fun. It looked like, yeah, there is Justin Winters right there in that 52 machine. You see the 6 go around. We know that 8 doesn't finish the race in the lead. So, yeah, it's got to be those 3 cars right there. We'll just watch this replay one more time. That'll 100% give us the knowledge of knowing that we are calling the right people, because I don't want to bring the wrong person up in here. And there goes the 12 of Frankie Barroso. And yeah, it is going to be a photo finish between Justin Winters. Oh man, why's it got to do this to us? Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm going to go hop in with race control and just make sure right quick.
Yeah, it looks to me like the 14 is actually sliding over the line, or the 12 is sliding over the line in second place. And if you look right here, Justin Winters, he's just got like the 26 of Jeremy Little, he's just got a little bit of a nose. Yeah, that's going to be the 26. Whew. So while Josh is checking, just to make sure, we have the correct timing, because like I said, our timing is all over the place with all these cars going everywhere, but it does look like that 14 is going to walk away with that win. Just bear with us 1 second while Josh comes back, and then we will let you know. Because yes, this race results right here says Justin Winters had gotten third, but that is not correct, because as you saw, unless that 26 was a lap down, but my timing says that he wasn't. So, oh, just gonna make sure real quick. All right, Josh is about to pop back up in here and explain to us what is being discussed right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background, so just give us 1 second. We will let you know everything that is going down. Yeah, we are still checking with race control. Like I said, they are having a discussion right now about that last lap incident. So I don't want to go jumping the gun and saying anything that is wrong. So like I said, just bear with us for a few more minutes while Josh gets everything situated and he listens to what the race control is saying. Because what I am hearing is... Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, a lot of debate going on right now. So like I said, looks like we're having a look at the rule books, trying to figure out what happened. They're trying to get everything sorted out because I want to say that they do have a last lap rule that if you do take out somebody, not necessarily intentionally, but if you do start taking out multiple people, that some kind of rule like that. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure on it. I don't want to go jumping the gun and saying the wrong thing, so I'm waiting on Josh to actually come back in here. What? Oh, excuse me, I yelled. I thought I muted my mic and I didn't, but yeah, Josh said he is about to come back up in here in the booth. He is just making sure he gets all of the information correct. Does not want to give out any false information because, like I said, race control is talking it over. They are trying to figure out who went where and what happened, because I did get word that Jeremy Little did hit the DQ limit, so that's why his name is not in third place, but he was still racing. I'm not really sure. Like I said, this is going crazy right now. This race has already been one hell of a race, but we are trying to get it all situated right now. Yes, Sarah May's crazy. It has been a crazy, crazy, crazy fight tonight. So like I said, I do apologize for just kind of dead airing it right now and not giving you any information, but we are still trying to figure out all of the information so we do not give you the wrong stuff. All right, I'm getting word from Christopher Fell that he hit it after the line when him and the 52 were collected, so we will see, like I said, what they are going to deem, what they're going to assess on this finish. Thank you, Christopher Fell, for that information. Like I said, just bear with us for one more second. I'm going to try to see if I can figure out what's actually going on. All right, going and checking on everybody in the hauler. Josh said he will be up in here in 2 seconds. They are still discussing what is actually going to be ruled on the track and who is going to be the winner. So we're going to have to just bear with us for a few more minutes. I do apologize. Like I said, we haven't had a crazy race like this in a while. So we're still sitting with race control trying to figure it out. But from what I'm hearing is they are having to go over a last lap rule, trying to figure out what actually happened, trying to make sure they don't do the wrong call. So like I said, just bear with us for just a moment. I know I sound like a broken record now, but again, I'm not too terribly sure with what's going on. But as you saw, that was a crazy race. We're actually going to go back and just watch that last lap.
All right, sorry about that, Chris. We're still race control. We have a big old group of race control in there. They are trying to figure out the finish of this race. We've got some, we've got some rules laid out in the league for situations like this. We're not sure who finished where at the moment. Sorry about the post race results have not been, a thing yet. We haven't gotten ready for our post race interviews, because we are not sure where somebody is scored at due to DQ points to incident ratings. Some people losing their spot from that, and we're just trying to figure everything out. So just give us about a couple more minutes. I'm gonna go see what Jason has to say just one more time, and we'll see what we are gonna do about the finish right quick. Yeah, we'll see if we can get a word with him and let him explain to you. But right now, I'm just gonna hop back into the hauler right quick, see what they got to say, and yeah, we do apologize if you are waiting for those post-race interviews. Just give us one moment and we will be with you.
Yeah, as we're going to ride on board here with that 26 of Jeremy Little. Going to see that number 6 going off of the front bumper there. You see the 12 getting into that number 8. And then you see there the flip of death. Gonna go ahead and teleport him out of the racing surface. So, like we said, we are just gonna go back and watch that green flag run in its entirety, just while we wait. Brandon R in the YouTube chat. Drama and excitement. I'm waiting with popcorn here. Hey, man, bring me some. Sarah May's crazy. Like I said earlier, yep, that was definitely a crazy finish there. Like I said, we have yet to have a race that's actually ended like this, so this is kind of one of those things where we're trying to figure. As you see that 52 riding on the top of that 26 of Jeremy Little, so just a lot of craziness going on here on these final laps. I do hear Josh in there still talking with the race control, so we are still under debate on who actually finished. We know the timing does say one thing, but if they go back and they review everything, they will figure it out and then tell us and let us know. But like Josh said, we might actually try to get Jason Collins to come up in here into the booth, so that way he can give us a clear explanation, so that way we don't sound like a bunch of babbling dummies just not knowing what we're talking about.
Sorry, I heard them asking for my autograph. I was about to leave. But all right, okay, so this is what I've gotten from Race Control. Are you here, Chris?
I am here.
Okay, so sorry about that, folks. It has just been a hectic finish. But you are looking at that number 52 machine, and per league rules, as of last year, we had an event like this happen at Martinsville, I want to say. So per league rules, they are saying due to aggressive driving that has, altered the outcome of the race, that technically the 52 will be the winner tonight, because the 14 got into the 6, the 12 got into the 8. When the 8 was clearly coming to the checkered flag to grab the win, the 12 got into him, and you see right there the 14 get into the 6. And that 26 of Jeremy Little did technically finish third place on the racetrack, but per league rules, there's an incident rating that if you get past that incident rating, you get disqualified. You did see that happen to that 26 of Jeremy Little as he gets into Justin Winters right there coming off of 4. So it is just a big old ball of confusion right now. League admins are going over it. But per league rules, what I've heard right now, it's Justin Winters in first, Scott Fritz in second, and I think they said Adam Lancaster would be finishing in third place. They're going over everything right now, and if we do have the opportunity to get to those post-race interviews, we will. But it looks like right now they are still giving all that. Yeah, Jason's still going over the league rules. I'll go back and let me hop down and right quick see if John Kinder and them, and see if those are the guys we are interviewing.
All right, so there you heard. Not really too sure what they are saying. So like they said, we might get Jason Collins to come up in here and explain everything that's going on. But we will see.
All right, so yeah, Chris, that is correct. Adam Lancaster finishing third, Scott Fritz finishing second, and Sarah Mays, if you're out there, Justin Winters, after all this mess, the boy's going to pick up the win here tonight. So we're going to go ahead and have a word with our top 3. Bring in Adam Lancaster here first. All right, Adam, this is Chris and Josh in the booth. I know you got a copy, buddy, and man, confusing little night here, but all in all, you're going to finish third place after just a crazy crazy run to the finish there. We had 4 wide for a moment. We had wrecking all over the field. Number one, what are your thoughts on tonight, and how you feeling after being promoted into that podium position?
Yeah, man, what a wild race, right? That was we'll take it however we can get it, obviously, but just a wild night, kind of uncharacteristically, a lot of cautions and stuff like that, and so I felt like we were in good position, or fairly decent position, just hanging on with Jon and Alex there in our own little group on that long run, and we came up on the pit cycle, and I was literally pulling into pit road, and we had somebody called out a car that had some issues, and thought the caution was going to come out, and it never came out, and so I pulled back up on the racetrack, lost a lot of track position there, and got back into some of the mess and fixing damage and all like that, and trying to get back up through the field. And so just a crazy night. And as far as how everything turned out, we've had issues like this before in previous seasons, and Jason and those guys have done a great job with making some clarity within the rule book to make sure that that there's things in place to so he doesn't have to make a judgment call. You just follow the rules, and so I guess it just worked out.
Yeah, well, we were saying anything can happen here on these ovals just right before that restart. And hey, that goes to show you anything can happen. Like you said, the rules are in place there. We are just following those rules set in place. And either way, you did pick up that top 3 here tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds through all the thick and thin. Adam, again, congratulations, buddy. Take them where we can get them, like you said. And any final thoughts, any final words before we let you go and get to the rest of these interviews tonight, buddy?
Yeah, just I hate it for Alex. Alex definitely deserved to win that race and did a great job tonight. Congratulations to Justin, for being resilient and hanging in there. He had some early damage and got his car fixed up and just hung in there and put himself in position. So congratulations to him, and want to thank everybody that helps us out with Lancaster Transmissions, Rims One, Ghostface Brewing, Alex Huffman Designs. Obviously, thank Jason and everybody with Bluegrass iRacing Series. A great series. I encourage anybody that wants to run with us to come on and either jump in the Truck Series or the Cup Series. It's a lot of fun. And last but not least, thank you guys for a great broadcast, and y'all bring a lot of energy to the fans and really highlight what we're able to do. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Adam, for the kind words. And again, man, congratulations on that podium. Through all the mess here tonight, it's probably good to see this thing over, and we'll be letting you go on about your night. And again, congratulations, buddy, and we'll be seeing you next week.
Yep, on to the next one. We'll see you guys.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, and that was Adam Lancaster, your 3rd place finisher. Going to go ahead and bring in Scott Fritz, who finished 2nd after all the mess. Scott Fritz, this is Chris and Josh in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Whew, man, like I just said to Adam, just a crazy, crazy finish there. All sorts of confusion at the end. We didn't know who was the winner. We didn't know who was the finishers, and in any position. It just a crazy night. You're able to pick up 2nd place here through all the thick and thin. You take them where you can get them, and like we were just saying, Adam, anything can happen on these ovals, man. You had a good little run at the start, got pushed back a little bit, came back doing that Speedworks Ford Mustang, and you were showing a lot of speed. That hot rod was moving. Able to pick up that 2nd place finish tonight after all the penalties, after everything's been assessed. How you feeling on that 2nd step of the podium, and what did you see coming out there in the Nashville Fairgrounds that maybe you thought that everybody just turned that aggression up for?
Yeah, it feels good. I'm glad after everything that happened there at the end. I had crazy good long run speed, and I just made a bad strategy call there at the beginning. I pitted, and I couldn't get back to the field as quick as I would have liked to. It seemed like I spent the entire race trying to get back to the field, and then finally got to the front there at the end, and then just all hell broke loose.
Oh yeah, all hell did break loose, man. That was a crazy, crazy finish right there. That was just, insane. I've never been so jaw dropped at the amount of just craziness that went on. But that was definitely just some harsh racing there at the end. Everybody giving each other the bumper. It looked like a bunch of senior moves out there, and that's what you got to expect here with these short track races, man. You got 30 cars bunched up on a little bitty oval like this. It's bound to happen. But either way, Scott, you picked up that second podium position. I know my dad's in there probably fist banging right now, figuring out that you are in that second spot. Big fan of you, and we love seeing you up here in the podium, buddy. And for that dirt guy, you always saying you got more experience on dirt. It's good to see you picking it up on the concrete, on the asphalts here, and picking up that speed. You got any final thoughts, any final words before we let you go tonight?
I just want to thank everyone at T-Berry Motorsports and my teammates at Color Teal Motorsports. And then Speedworks, we ran the Baby Ruth throwback car tonight, and we'll run it again at Darlington. But Wrath ATV, UTV, 605 Racing Tire Solutions, and my girlfriend and everyone watching, and y'all in the booth, and shout out to your dad, and just Bluegrass and Jason and everyone that puts us on.
All right, well, thank you, Scott, and again, buddy, congratulations on that second place position, and hopefully we'll be talking to you here in the next week or so. So don't celebrate too hard tonight, and have a good rest of your week, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, man. Have a good night. Oh, goodness, I can't find. There it is. All right, and we just had that word with Scott Fritz. Going to go ahead and bring up your winner, Justin Winters. And sorry again on the little bit of a hesitation period, just having to get all the rules and everything right. And here we go. We're going to be talking to your winner, Justin Winters. It's going to be that 52 machine, Justin Winters. This is Chris and Josh in the booth. Do you have a copy, man?
Got you, buddy.
Whew. Oh, my goodness, man. Probably not expecting after that photo finish battle for third place to be talking here in the booth for that first place finish. But, hey, rules are rules. We did go over them, jump down in the hauler there for a second, listening to race control. And you were deemed the winner after tonight after a lot of adversity, running up through the field multiple times, sitting as low as his 20th, making your way back up to the field with that 21 of John Kinder early in the race. You did one heck of a job. We know your mom's going to be pretty hyped on that. She's always in the booth or in chat cheering you on week in and week out. And it's good to see you pick up that victory here tonight. How are you feeling, number one? And number two, man, that was just a crazy race. And I'm sure you're glad it's over. But as I was asking everybody else, it's just what was going on out there? You make everybody or made everybody you think maybe see red. It just seemed like we had just a lot of guys driving it on the limit here tonight.
You're exactly right. Crazy is a great word for it. I think that it's getting close to the playoffs. Everybody knows that cutoff line is tight. We got to gain as many points as we can. But to be in victory lane due to the rules, it feels kind of weird. Alex drove a heck of a race. He should be in winner circle, but unfortunately, to what happened on track, I'll take it. But yeah, I think the playoffs coming is amping up everybody's. We got to get points and wins so we can get ready for the playoffs. Have
Indeed.
momentum.
Yeah, indeed. I feel that same way, man. We were saying that earlier with these playoffs cranking up. It seems like everybody's just hit that intensity switch and they are really running. But can't discredit yourself, Justin, even though you did technically finish in third and after rules finished in that first spot. You still had a dang good run, man. Like we said, you fell back as far as 20th after that early spin, that solo accident off of 4. Got caught up in a couple other things, had a pretty beat up race car, but still, man, showing a lot of speed in that 52 machine, that Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro. You guys were rolling out there, and it's good to be talking to you in the booth again. I don't think the last time we talked was at like Bristol Dirt or something when you won a stage, but you're finally able to get back up here, and this time with a victory in hand. Like you said, not the best way, kind of that weird like, is that a win? Is that not? But hey, per league rules, you still did pick it up, and can't discredit yourself, man. Had it one heck of a race car tonight. That hot rod was flying.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll take the W, and you got it. All my teammates, we all ran good tonight. I think at one time, at stage in, we had 4 cars in the top 6. So our team's on all cylinders. So I think 2 out of the 4 of us has won races, and I think Alex is the point leader. So I think as a team performance night or a team points night, we did really well as well. So you got to be happy about the way that we all performed tonight.
Indeed, man. Well, hey, Justin, again, congratulations, buddy. No, it's in that kind of that weird phase, but hey, you still picked up a win. You're still going to take that motivation and run with it. That's some good momentum for you and the team. Like you said, y'all were running dang good tonight. All of y'all looked very, very good. unfortunate for what happened to Alex there at the end. And but either way, you are our winner here tonight. You got any final thoughts, any final words before we let you go tonight?
Absolutely. I got to thank you guys in the booth. Got to thank Jason Collins for putting on the leak. Got to thank Allen's Body Shop for being on the car, Boots Manufacturing, and Old School Diecast with Deb. If you need any diecast, hit her up. She's got everything. I got to thank Huffman Designs, my cousin Alex. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be on this service at all. And I got to thank everybody who watches this. I think we do a pretty good job putting on a show, and we'll get ready for next week.
Heck yeah, that is definitely a show out there, man. Gonna have to get that popcorn ready for next week. We know it's gonna be a more of a show once you get off these weeks like this. But either way, Justin, congratulations on that victory tonight. Know you are excited. Know you even said yourself just feels a little weird, but either way, still you picked up the victory here. That 52 can mark that victory now on that list, and hopefully we'll be seeing you carry that momentum into next week. And yeah, again, congratulations, buddy, and have a good rest of your night.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for everything you do up in the booth.
Thank you, buddy. All right, well, we will. All right, well, we will be talking to you next week, Justin.
10-4.
All right, and you said we're grabbing Jason. All right, we are going to bring up race control and league owner Jason Collins. He might be able to touch base on it a little bit more than what we were giving you information on, but we are going to be having a word with Jason now. Jason, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, what's happening?
All right, Chris said that we were bringing you up.
Okay. Okay, so after the incident on the final lap with the 12 and the 8 of Alex Huffman, any incident that alters the outcome, the final results of the race, that is caution worthy, was a rule that we implemented last season in order to keep things from like this from happening. Obviously, we can't allow him to be declared where he was at. And same thing with the 14. He actually spun the 6 in turn 2. So that's another incident prior to that was actually before the 8 and the 12 incident. So that's another incident that would have been deemed caution worthy, which per the rules states that you automatically would receive the same whatever penalty you would receive during the green flag state, which is an EOL. So you're going to get last place for Frankie and last place for Tyler Reed on the lead lap. Last cars on the lead lap.
Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, so for what happened for Jeremy, it's out of my control. It's an iRacing incident. You have a 17x is the limit. That's what our incident count is. So if you get 17x, you get a black flag penalty. So Jeremy was at 16x prior to crossing the start finish. When he crossed the start finish, he came up into the 52. Watching it again right now. So he comes up into the 52, which caused contact, and then he accrued another 4x incident points, which put him over the 17x limit, which therefore gave him a black flag and then put him at the end of the lead lap as well. So same kind of thing, except that's an iRacing. That's not, I don't have to make that call. That's something iRacing does automatically based on incident points. You get too many incident points, obviously you can't serve that black flag. So what do? They put you at the end of the lead lap. So he unfortunately went over that incident limit and accrued 20 incident points, and therefore he lost what would have been a third place. All he had to do, honestly, was stay off of Justin. He didn't have to make contact there, but when he moved up and made contact, that's what got him loose. And then the cool down period, because the race is still going on at that point, because we still have cars that haven't crossed the line. The race is not over, unfortunately, until the last guy crossed. That's when the race is over. That's when iRacing's cool down period. I can't adjust the incident, and certainly this was an incident deemed to be Jeremy the one at fault, based on he could have stayed a lane down and not made contact. I mean, so ultimately it was his own doing, which cost him, potentially being declared the winner.
Well, yeah. Seems like we got it a little bit more cleared up. Jason, we'll let you go ahead and go back down into the holler, buddy. Thank you for clearing that up, just so people understand, because just from your standpoint and the race control aspect of it. But again, thank you, Jason. We'll let you go ahead and head back down, buddy. And thank you for those words.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. All right, and you just heard from Jason. That is your league owner. So yeah, like you heard, they've got these rules set in place for a reason, and you hate to have to enforce the rules, but hey, they are written, they are there. So once they have to come into play, kind of have to use them. So unfortunate for Tyler Reed, unfortunate for that 12 of Frankie Barroso. I really do hate it for those drivers, and man, it's just one of those things that can kind of leave a sting, that sour taste in your mouth after it happens. But nothing intentional from the league owners. No, it wasn't like oh, we don't like that guy, we're gonna. It was just an instantly, it's rules. You gotta follow those rules sometimes. And once it does happen, it does happen. And that's why it took us a good 10-15 minutes to get everything settled down. I was in there listening to race control. You had about 12 different drivers in there, all rolling over the rules with each other, all making sure that we were making the right decision. So it just wasn't one person on that. And even if it was just Jason Collins, his word, we're going to take it. He's a very, very honest person when it comes to this stuff. So, but when you have multiple drivers like that all in there going over the rules together, it really does show you that there is a lot of care about this league. A lot of time goes into making the rules, making everything about it. So if it's one of those things that kind of makes you shake your head for a second and think, I'm confused, well, there you go. It did get cleared up a little bit, and unfortunately that is what happened tonight. And yeah, as crazy as it was of a race, it was still one heck of a show. And we saw a first-time winner. We saw some good finishes from everybody. And yeah, all in all, I think it was a great race overall. And hey, you see those penalties in NASCAR. We've seen, drivers disqualified from their winning position for having a lug nut loose. We've seen, drivers going under the yellow at super speedways get penalized that same way. So rules are rules. It does happen, and they are there for a reason. So again, sorry about that. A little bit of a wait there for the post-race interviews, but now you understand. Now you see why we were also so confused, because it was just crazy finish right there. And yeah, Chris, if you've got any final thoughts, any final words before we let the folks go tonight, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Yeah, so what I'm gathering right now is we're going to knock Tyler Reed and Frankie Barroso out. So that's going to be Justin Winters as your first place position winner, with Scott Fritz in second, Adam Lancaster in third, John Kinder in fourth, Bryce Hunter in fifth, Jimmy Allen in sixth, Casey Barlow in seventh, Christopher Blanchard in eighth, Tyler Johnson in ninth, Alex Huffman in 10th, Kel Clifton in 11th, Jeremy Little. As you saw, he did hit that incident point and had to go to the back of the field. So I think that means that he would fall back on the lead lap. So he would be
the cars that got penalized right here will fall to the tail end of the lead lap line, not to the back of the pack, but they'll fall to the tail end of the lead lap cars.
So then he would be. I want to say that
Yeah, it's a little confusing, Chris. I know it. We understand.
So he would be in P12 with Jeremiah Hobbs in 13th, Darius Boyd in 14th, Nicholas Noggle in 15th, Brian Terry in 16th. May I get it to scroll down? With Brian Terry in. Oh man, I already lost my count.
You said he was in 15th or 16th.
Yeah, 15th, and then you've got Darius Boyd. Man, I'm so sorry. I've got everything mixed up. As you see right there, that would be your finishing. Yeah, so that would be your finishing order. I do apologize. Everything's all kind of crazy and everything, but
oh yeah, live timing got all out of sorts right there with all those cars wrecking coming to the finish. So it's just been a little bit of a mess, and we do apologize that. Something that we can't honestly control. It's just one of those things. Once that live timing hits and it saves, it's saved. You can't go back and check. Prior to that, anything like that. It's just one of those things that once it happens, it is set in stone, and those timings, they are set. You can't really adjust them or kind of figure out unless we were to go back through and check every single position, which the league will do. They will post your results, and you will see all that happen, and we will let you know next week what is if anything does happen, anything does change. But right now, it's looking like the rules are going to be served, and that is going to be your finishing order and your top three for tonight. But either way, we just want to thank Sim Racing Media for having us on again here for the Bluegrass Cup Series, as we were at the Truck Series last night. So join us again next week as we go racing again next Tuesday for the Truck Series, as we'll be at Watkins Glen for both, correct? So yeah, it looks like we're going to be at Watkins Glen for the Cup Series. I'll just check to make sure. And yes, we will be at Watkins Glen for the Truck Series as well. So next Tuesday, be here 9 p.m. Next Wednesday, 9 p.m. for the Cup Series, as we will get ready to roll on into the road course of Watkins Glen. And again, thank you for joining us here tonight. Sorry about that little bit of the wait. Again, the confusion is it was just a hectic, chaotic mess here at the end. And we did get everything sorted out, got everything worked out. And like we said, if anything does change, anything does, flip around, position slip around, we will let you know first thing Tuesday night. And then we will relay that information again Wednesday night. But again, thank you to Bluegrass iRacing Cup Series. Thank you to Sim Racing Media. This has been Chris and Josh in the booth. And thank you to the fans at home. We will hope to see you again next Tuesday and next Wednesday for the Bluegrass Truck Series and Cup Series at Watkins Glen. So thank you, good night, and we will see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your week and be safe. Have a good night.